Only after you save the gods. Oh, there's a lot of Hollow World that's not the land of the Blood Elves. Depending which entry you use. It's easy.
Just gonna ask him something that sounds really bad with no context.
Yes, context is always fun. Okay, so we are up to our next session of Mystara, where on Wednesday, where it is session number 154. Also the 250th of the fortnightly group that I've been running on Wednesdays for this, so they have lasted quite some time. And it is Phase 3, Season 3, Episode 17.
To my knowledge, this party has only had one character death, which is a technicality with his one.
Yeah, well, I went from a halfling to an elf, but that was through wish. Yeah.
That was technically his second death.
Ah.
His first death was a character who
A chum.
went mad and
Yeah.
got retired.
Yeah.
And then there was about another, about 10 other characters that died.
Yeah.
So characters stopped dying after you guys joined.
Where the stability?
Which is concerning because that means it started when Genrick joined,
Yeah, you joined before me.
like a session before.
Okay, so it is the 7th day of the 3rd month of the year 1012. Characters are 13th level. And at the table today we have Rhiannon.
Hi, I'm playing Hildren, who is a Edge and RC Viking Ranger Cleric of Zurchev, a god of nature and diplomacy between the Fae and the rest of the world, and has been burdened with sovereignty that she didn't look for, and in the therapy session basically had to realize that she had to give up her freedom, and is now contemplating how eventually she's going to have to stop adventuring, settle down, and actually rule her country.
And also how sacrifice cannot be yourself, because now if you sacrifice yourself, everything
Everybody.
goes.
So I can't throw myself in front of people and be okay with dying. And she doesn't know that that won't work anyway. She
My
hasn't.
job.
She doesn't know she will pop back up 24 hours later. That hasn't
And
happened yet.
Technicality, you may still lose access to the kingdom,
Yes. So
which is funny.
if that ever happens, that's when they're going to have to figure out how to stop that from being an issue.
Seems like an important question to ask. Who's your current successor?
That would be Rune. But technically that's... The interesting thing about the way I've set up this society and succession is, while on paper the successor is Rune, the actual successor is whoever Zurchev chooses. And there is a mark that they get. At the moment, she's the only one that has it, but that's a future thing.
Always fun to find out. Next up we have is Martin.
So I'm playing Tyrell Silverleaf, and he's a medium elf with a background as a tunnel halfling. And he's playing an urchin from Darrakin, and he's Path of the Earth 3. I don't know what that means. But Monk 13 and Path of the Walking Rock. That'll do.
And in therapy had to acknowledge that he wasn't just a halfling or just an elf, he was both.
Yes.
And neither at the same time.
And neither at the same time.
That's right.
He is unique.
It is unique.
So, you know, elf Jesus. Elf
Elf
halfling
Jesus.
Jesus?
Well, you can walk on water.
And he's
Yeah,
also
that's
halfling.
right.
Elf halfling Jesus.
Half elf Jesus.
Your destiny is to Unite the elves and the halflings.
Well, hey, the elves did teach the halflings their language,
Well,
which then the dwarves eradicated.
the halflings are killers.
The halflings are as much of killer things as everyone else is.
Right.
Just
Waste
that
not,
they
want not.
have a waste not, want not culture. Of if they kill something, they're not going to just waste the effort of killing it.
Right, they're going
Because-
to eat it.
Yeah, well, they're going to make the most out of every part of it, not just eat it, but the bones are going to be useful, the skin's going to be useful, the gear is going to be useful.
Cool.
So don't piss off a group of halflings, otherwise they may see you as better as resource than as person.
It's a it's a
Right.
waste not, want not. Zero waste society.
Because their life is all about making sure everyone is looked after.
No
So
worries.
I have to point out that my daughter would absolutely adore those pajamas. Kuromi is one of her favourites.
It's the first time I've ever spent $29 on a set of pajamas. My normal pajamas consist of a $2 t-shirt and $4 shorts.
Next,
But cat, black, soft. Could not help myself.
I'm spoiled by decent pajamas as gifts. You want to jump yourself in and introduce yourself?
No, she's just introducing herself in the silent because she doesn't know where we're up to in terms of the introductions.
We're up to Sean.
Yep.
Hello, Sean.
Yes.
Should we
I
add
do
hello,
this.
Sean's mom?
Cetus?
Yes, hello,
Yes.
Sean's mum.
That is the one
Hi,
that I'm
Sean's mum.
playing as.
G'day.
I'm playing Cetus, the Water Ganassi elf. And there's now a question mark on the end of that. He's a
Failed druid.
failed druid, Path of the Beast barbarian.
And learnt in therapy.
But in his previous sessions, therapy for him, he had to come to terms with, although he did not choose this life, it is definitely better than what he would have been. I think.
Is the life he needed, not the life he wanted.
He got Nanny McFeed.
As the other life she could have taken all turned out to be disappointing.
Yeah.
Getting what you want
Crucified
isn't
and all.
always the best solution.
For some reason I see Calcrix putting Cetus onto a couch, pulling out a little notebook and going, how do you feel about that? And then handing you copious amounts of cookies.
Speaking of cookie,
Which then brings us to Ariadna.
Dunkel.
I'll lean back. Make the wings. Calcrix, the white dragon in species only. Dragon with jazz wings. All the colours. And the bestest, most fantastical companion ever. Eep, her dark fae. Plant-like looking companion that speaks in colours. Did she discover anything insightful in her last session?
It was mainly just reaffirming.
Her insightful point was that she has meaningful connection with people. Because she sometimes feels adrift. And her thing is she needs to remember she is connected.
But she spent her first 3 months in slavery, and she didn't spend any of that with her family. So she spends most of her time reconnecting with her family. And in Monday's session, she's had some words with her mother Tiamat, who gifted her a bunch of blood coins, as well as Electrum. And then there's that crazy crown. I don't know if that's Monday or Wednesday, but it's sitting in the background there. So she's happy not having a destiny.
And the legendary shield.
Oh yes, there the devil,
Galgoth.
the demon
Demon Lord Shield.
demon imbued shield. Yes, he's very talkative. Is that demon shield with me here? Just
It
out of
could be.
curiosity. Okay. She's not got her other shield back yet.
She has a talking shield that houses a demon lord now.
Can she wear this shield like she used to wear her old shield as a chest plate?
You could.
Do I need to roll some sort of insight roll as to whether or not that might influence?
I'm sure nothing can go wrong.
No, she'd like to check that out before she actually does that, but that will be her intention. All right, that's my introduction, please.
And online today we have Jeremy.
Move on.
Good evening all. Yes, I'm playing Dimitros, the Keldaran, sage, wise man, generous soul, always out to educate others.
And the stubbornest fool we have in the party.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's really nicely summed up.
And currently NPC today is Merc, who had the realization he's the villain of his own story. As all the bad stuff that is coming his way, he has laid the seed work for.
He's brought it on himself. Including his impending death, apparently.
Rather than being the merc with the mouth, he's the bard with the charm.
Who would like to say the brief rundown of what happened last session?
Please tell me randomly
Therapy.
his last session and
I mean, we sort of did in our
a
introductions.
dot point summary would be.
So we got our
We all had interesting dreams.
We all had therapy thanks to...
I need a little bit more
and
detail than that because I remember nothing.
We all had therapy thanks to an elemental frost dragon
Oh, that's right. The
Named
Frost Dragon.
Frosty.
named Frosty,
Oh, I forget that.
who then gave us all a question to a question we could ask in exchange for learning the lesson. So as we went through the introductions, most of us learnt something. And then, so all of that happened. And then we all got a question. So Merck's was, how can we find the Storm King? The dragon said, to be like Dimitri, selfish, self-centered, and unable to grow. Calcrix asked, is there a way to resolve the situation with the Storm Giants without making the same mistakes of the past, as she is learning more and more that she's part of the reason that the Storm King's crown was made. And the answer, part of that was, the Frosty said it wasn't an ancestor who crowned him, it was you. The matrons were full of anger and hatred and wanted to burn the world. Basically, Calcrix put them to sleep so they weren't so grumpy.
They were like toddlers, like the Titans from the Isle of Dread.
Also, having learnt on Monday night that the dragons had wiped out a lot of the matrons' children.
Yeah.
So the matrons basically went after the dragons and helped wipe them out.
Yes.
There is something else that, yeah. Anyway, and we discovered it needs a different approach to the past, and they need to find out who let them free.
Yes.
Trellin asked, where is the Storm King? We were responded with the Moorcroft, and gave us detailed descriptions of what it is and how it moves and the kraken nature of it. Cetus asked, is there a way to create a new Storm Giant Matron? And we were told to talk to the head of the Giant Pantheon and ask them. Hildren asked, are we going to threaten the world again if we give the matrons back the parts they lost? And was told the danger was due to the original context, with the giants, dragons, and Black Morians all set to end the world. I'm trying to skip through some of the details that we got. Basically, that giants are no longer the threat that they once were. Everyone else has had a chance to evolve, and they're no longer a world-ending threat. They have grown much like the primordial titans, and it shouldn't be an issue to give them back the bits of themselves that are in the Storm Giant crown. Dimitri got a statement. Life will be better if you grow beyond your own understanding. He needs to grow and evolve. If he shows growth, she may answer a question in the future. Calcrix asked what has brought Frosty here. She said she was part of our enlightenment. She will always be there for us, those who ask respectfully. If we write to her, she will come. Her lessons were about our choices. Hopefully we'll be able to make the right choices from here on. We then woke up, found out no time had actually passed. Calcrix sought to contact Io. We don't entirely know who she contacted, but she did contact somebody. We got we asked, can they connect us to the giant pantheon, and got a maybe. Do we know the being that broke the Storm King's crown, the Shining One? Can you put us in contact with the Shining One? Maybe. Do we need to find the Storm King to fulfill our mission? Unclear. Will finding the Storm King help us on our path? Yes. At which point, we ended the session with the idea we were going to fly up high to see what we can see.
Were there any notes, Martin, that I...
You were wanting to start the session doing an augury and a divination.
Ah, awesome.
Speaking of, we've woken up. Can I have my premonition?
That would mean that you'd be 1 day ahead. You finished for the night, didn't you? Well, no, it's the same day.
Did I get a premonition at the beginning of last one?
I believe you did. You left a check.
Oh, yeah. The reverse ring. Someone trying to abjure an oath.
Which may or may not be true because, hey...
Which means you got your 3, which you used.
Yes. I think I used it to make Merc play really badly.
Yes. It was worthwhile.
I'll leave the augury until closer to when we're going to actually take action, because it's relating to a specific course of action that we intend to take in the next 30 minutes. And then it was the information. Too many spells.
We also had some confusion about those last 2 questions.
Yeah.
He said maybe do we need to find him, but then yes to will help if we find him.
Yes. So we may not need to find him, but it'll make it easier for us to find him.
Yeah. We don't need to find him to succeed on our mission, but it will be easier if we do.
So, what was the thing about the shiny one in relation to this?
The Shiny One broke the Storm King's crown.
Okay, and was he able to help us? I think there was something about who might be able to help us.
No.
No.
The Frosty said we needed to find out who broke the crown.
Who broke the crown? Okay.
But nothing has specifically said we need to talk to the Shiny One.
So how did the shiny one come up then in that context?
Because we asked who broke the Storm King's crown.
It was a shiny one, and so he might be able to tell us how
Yeah.
the Storm Crowns got broken.
We also know that the matron is dead, but we don't know how she died.
Calrix does, so...
Well, did we find that out after the session?
After the session.
So we know Calcrix doesn't.
Can Calrix consider that...
When you get to the next session, you'll have done the stuff in the books too.
So I've not been able to do those things
No, yeah.
yet. Okay, cool, that's fine. In which case, the divination is where I can ask a single question about something that will or could happen in the next 7 days. I can't get in contact with a higher power that I serve or its representatives. That's usually one of 3 or 4 different gods that I talk to regularly.
Technically, the main one you're working with is Nyx.
Yes. Isn't the Great One technically my god?
Yeah, the Great One is your god, but you generally work with Nyx.
Okay.
Because of
It's Friday night that we've got a mention of Nexus. Sorry, I'm just...
I know
Crossing.
sometimes it's a roulette wheel as to who I'll get because
no,
I've
I've
got an IO once. So
I remembered that there was something to do with Nyx in one of the games, and I just remembered it's Friday night.
Contact Outer Planes is the roulette wheel. Divination is asking the one you're working with.
Oh, okay. So the one that I'm working with would be next. Okay. So there was a question remaining, and I'm just trying to get my brain to remember what the. There was one question that we thought we should ask, or would have been good to ask that we didn't ask? You didn't happen to make any notes on that.
So you can ask
Sorry.
a single question about something that will or could happen in the next 7 days. That's the
Okay,
thing you can
all
ask
right.
of divination.
Well, in that case, I will just ask about our intended actions to try and. We're looking for the Storm King's crown, aren't we? Jesus Christ, I wish my brain was.
So our goal, what we were asked to do by the giant matrons, is find the bits of the Storm King crown and return them to it.
Yep.
In that, we have been asked by the current princess of the Storm Giants to find out what happened to her mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
Her father being the Storm King,
Mhm.
and we found out he's trapped on the Moorcroft. We know that there is an island with a giant skeleton on it that we want to investigate, and we have started to get connections with the Shining One. And we now know that the Shining One broke the crown, so he's probably a good place to go or think about. The problem for Hildren is the Shining One is basically her boogeyman.
Yes. Okay. So in terms of asking about something that's our intended actions in the next 7 days, she
Maybe.
wants- Oh. Please.
I was going to say, should we focus on finding the Storm King, or should we try and find the Shining One?
Well, that was actually going to be my question to the party as to do they feel being in contact with the Shining One might give us more information about the Storm King?
We've sort of got three places that we could look at. Do we focus on trying to find the Shining One, the skeleton, or the Storm King?
So when I'm asking the question, I can't ask, do I do one of 3 things? I need to ask, if I do one of 3 things, what is the likely outcome? Is that correct?
No, you're actually wanting. I want to know about this thing,
Okay, well, I will ask for...
as in, such as, should I put the crown together? Should I find the crown? Well, should you find the crown? It's not good enough because that's not actually something.
Should I put the crown together is the one that she's been struggling with quite a bit. So she's going to do...
I did ask Frosty if it was a problem for us to give the pieces back, and she said it was fine.
Yes.
Which is the opposite of putting the crown back together.
Yep.
Well, then that becomes a moot point, doesn't it?
Yes, but you don't know what. You never actually found out what happens if you put the crown back together.
I will... Can I ask what happens if I put the crown back together?
You can.
I know this is more just history background information, but I think I'll go with that one. So I will make Nix's version of a long black coffee because she's entropy. And they can offer it up to her. You make a rolling secret, I think. Oh, no, that's if I cast it more than once. Okay.
More than once in a long rest.
Yeah, okay. Well, I haven't cast it.
The idea is
quite
you
some time.
don't bother your sponsor lots of times in one day. Otherwise, your sponsor might just start telling you off and leading you down the wrong path.
Okay, so she will do a sacrificial offering worth at least 25 gold, and that will be...
Everybody, don't jump onto the table.
Sorry.
Ball.
She'll put some obsidian flakes into the coffee, together with some other special ingredients, like very rare dark roots and things like that she's gathered in the dark fae wild areas that she's been to when she's gone there with Eve.
So yes, you do get a response from Nyx about the crown. Basically, what will happen is the giants will disband their settlement and go back to roving herds across the world.
So
And be homeless except for the Storm Kings.
that's pretty much
The
what I
Storm
expected.
Giants.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have confirmation, even if it's not new information. So I will pass on my sincere thanks, presuming there's nothing more.
That's basically what happens with it.
I should have better prepared my question, but I've had one of those weeks.
But that is roughly what you wanted to get confirmation on.
Alright, that's everything then. Now we're doing what Dimitri would want to do, which is moving on.
So our plan was to fly up
Yep.
as high as we can and see what we can see.
Yep.
Is that still the plan,
I presume so.
Dimitri?
Can you logical?
Works for me.
Oh, good.
So,
I'll get out my longbow
jumping in the ship.
because I get advantage on perception checks.
Can I drive and still look underneath?
Not look underneath. You sort of look off to the sides because imagine sitting in a boat and it's got a raised back and
So, it's not a problem for me to drive and do a perception check,
you're just not looking below you.
which is fine.
I mean, enough of us have flying speeds, we can just check underneath when we need to.
And the idea is that you can see enough not to run into anything. Not that you need to see what's below you as much.
I'm just wondering if someone else should drive because I've got good perception, but we also have Calprex and Dimitri, so...
Nope, that's not a game.
It's a cane, so it's a game to him. He likes the rubbery thing to attack, which is frustrating if you're walking with it.
Yep. So we all fly up. I'm driving. Tempted to make Merc drive, but I feel like Hildren would drive.
Merc could always stay on board while you're doing stuff.
Merc's just looking at his coin going, there's less than a month away.
No, I'm happy to drive. If I need to, then I can switch with someone and look. But did we want to go? What did we decide? Like it was 1,000 feet up.
We need to go up at least 1,000 feet.
Between
Yeah.
1 to 2,000 feet gives you a good visual distance.
Well, let's go for 1,000 and see what we can see and go from there.
I think I wrote down how far you can actually see.
You did.
So while I'm driving, I'm still perceiving. I'm just gonna not be able to move around as much while perceiving.
It will only take you about 5 minutes to reach 1,000 feet.
Well, as I said, let's start there and we can always move up more.
Yeah, somewhere I have exactly how high you have to go to be able to see certain distances. I'll come back to that when I can figure it out. Okay, so yes, each of you get to make perception checks. So with the driver looking for things on the ground, I would say that you don't get as easy as everyone else.
You want me to roll with disadvantage? Or?
Which is basically the majority of the view they can look at is covered by boat.
30.
It also depends what you're trying to see. If you're trying to watch out for attacks from above, you've got a perfect vision of it.
I
If
mean,
you're trying to go looking out for boats on the ocean below, a bit harder to spot.
a bit of both.
I specify that I'm looking for a kraken. Can I get advantage
Uh,
from my monster hunter
I rolled a
background?
nat 20, but no.
It does hurt when it's disadvantage. Unless you get a double 20. Which we have seen happen.
Which I did in the worst possible moment. I mean, even with disadvantage, I hit 30, I think.
We had a triple despair in Shadowrun. Just like
Oh, yes.
3 nat ones.
You don't have Mike, I'm guessing. Yeah, so 16 bases plus
I
10.
can't remember who it was.
Well, I rolled and got. I think I got 3 triumphs.
Nice. Although it's against the party.
No, that was for the party.
Ah, nice.
I said, "Oh, look, I can just roll." I rolled and lots of triumphs.
That's
Happens
right,
occasionally.
Merc, but Merc's not here.
Perception.
36 to 22.
Mm-hmm.
38.
22.
I don't feel that bad about my 30, even with disadvantage. Trellin, gonna look?
I saw 30.
Am I the only one that rolled below 30?
I believe so.
I have a plus 16 and an expertise dice.
I have +5. I'm not good at spotting things. I'm good at tracking things and staying alive.
Okay, so what was your total score?
22.
22. Try as you might, you cannot see a kraken. You're very disappointed.
You're being distracted by making shadow puppets of secret creatures.
Look, there's a tentacle. Wait, no, that's mine.
Not shadow puppets, leaf puppets, like ant puppets but with your leaves.
Yep.
Okay, so yes. As you're looking around, I'm just trying to see because there is some notes on how to actually spot it.
Do you spot it by rolling in that one?
I would've
It's that thing
broken
where you have to go
40.
cross-eyed to see the door.
I would have
You,
broken
you spot
40.
something if you roll on that one. Your hand in front of your face.
Hello, Idris.
Well,
No.
based off what we've heard of it so far, it might have
Oh,
some
Don't
weird,
think about it.
some weird
Good
enchantment on it, where the lower you roll, the more likely you are to see it. Again, with like the going cross-eyed to make the door appear type thing.
Is that how magic eye puzzles work? You gotta roll low.
Sometimes.
It's the not see what's there to see what's there.
Mm.
I mean, I've had a player who was blind solve a like perception check, and everybody else fail.
Because it was about sound.
You just rolled well enough.
He just rolled really well. It was like, I'm going to give you disadvantage, and he rolled higher than everybody else did.
Okay, so as you are out over the water, a couple of you notice movement on the surface. Like those who got over 30 will have noticed.
You know what the movement is?
30 and over?
Yeah, 30 and over.
Yeah, so everyone but Cetus.
As Cetus is busily looking for something other than that.
And
Oh,
Merc is
boy.
fixated on his coin.
There is movement on the surface.
See, he's standing on the edge of the ship with a harpoon.
And those of you with spyglasses can look at it closer.
Yeah.
And spyglass.
And from your sight, it does look like a kraken on the surface.
Good.
Here's the ship.
In vicinity and all of a island that's about 30 miles off the coast.
It is.
Oh,
I think he's just bored.
can we see anything on the ship? Like we've got that much detail?
No, it just looks like a kraken shape on the
Like a shape
water.
on the surface. Yeah,
Which
okay.
You want any
it could
supplies
be
on
a
the fridge?
kraken or it could be a ship, but hey,
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
the right shape.
Tis the
Yeah,
ship.
over there.
Top of the fridge.
Shall we head?
Presumably, if we can see them on the surface of the water, there's a good chance they can see something big flying in the air above them. So
We're
it's
disguised
probably-
and it's not that big.
We are
Uh,
disguised.
from the distance, you would just be a dot if they're lucky to spot you.
Because remember, the under of the ship is designed to look like a sky.
Yeah. But I mean, like the idea, I was going to say, yeah, it might not spot us now, but the point is, if we fly down in the ship,
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
not going to be sneaky.
yeah, right, so that's what I think that's what I'm saying.
It is about, from this height, you're thinking about 15 mile away.
Oh, okay, yeah, so we're not going to do much yet, we're just within sight on the horizon type stuff, okay?
Which means that unless you were at a decent height, you would probably not see it, and you can barely see the Kraken ship clearly through the spyglass. That's not giving you anything more than, say, something like yay big in the spyglass.
But it's a direction, which is something we haven't heard yet.
And from travel's perspective, that puts you a couple of hours away from it.
Shall we head, or shall we see if we can find this island with a skeleton on it?
No, let's go
Or should
for
we
the
try the
Kraken.
island that it's circling?
Yeah, you might all get closer towards the ship and confirm whether it's actually a Kraken or whether it's a ship. On the way to the island or the skeleton if we need to, but to if we can confirm that it's the Morgoth, then
Am I heading to the
Primary.
ship, or am I heading to the island?
The ship.
I think we were told that it was circling the island that the skeleton was on.
I think we should investigate this skeleton on the island first, in case that gives us more information
And we might be
in
able.
terms of dealing with the ship and the storm giant in prison there.
And we might be able to sneak from the island.
Oh damn! I finally thought about a decent question.
You could always write it down for next time.
Yeah, that's my plan.
So yeah, if we go for the island, we might be able to sneak to this ship. So my vote is head for the island.
We're going to go land on the island, or we're just going to jump
Well,
off?
you've got the tiller.
I was going to say, all in favour say aye.
What
Or
are we,
arg,
what are we favouring again? Sorry, my memory.
island, rather than heading straight
Yes,
for the ship.
okay. Carapax is thinking
Nay.
island first, and then ship.
Trellin? No, not Trellin. Trellin says nay. Cetus?
Well, I can
Have you explained
go
to
on
him
my
that there's
flying
something that
carpet and just
Yeah, you
keep an
can.
eye on it.
Did you explain that there's something that looks like a kraken?
Yes.
He's going to vote to go to that.
Dimitri? Island for information first, or straight to the ship?
I think he's already given his advice. He doesn't get involved in democratic votes because
I can't remember what Dimitri's advice was.
The point is that you should be following the best advice.
I don't remember what the advice was.
Dimitri was saying we should go to the ship. Because that was the, not cut off because people start talking, but he was going to go to the ship because hey, the whole purpose we're here is to find the giant king.
No, our purpose was to discover more
I start
information about
heading in
the
the
mother.
right direction at the very least while we're having the debates.
I do. I do remember Rhiannon saying, going back over our goals, just like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so we had to investigate both what happened to the mother and the father.
Mhm.
We are under the assumption that the skeleton is the mother, but it has definitely popped up multiple times in our investigation.
And-
We are deciding, we are finding the bits of the Storm King's crown, whether we're going to put it back together or give the bits back to the matrons. I know where Ildren falls on that particular spectrum. And finding the Storm King on the ship.
Calcrix's, argument in favour of the island to the group is, we go investigate the matron and the mother, we may find information, tools and weapons to assist us in infiltrating the ship and doing whatever we need to do or decide to do with either freeing the Storm King or discovering what's going on with him, etc., etc. If we go to the ship first, we may find ourselves at a disadvantage. But there's no disadvantage doing the matron first. The ship always stays within 30 miles of the island.
Which means the ship's likely after something on the island.
Exactly. Which means we want to get to it first.
We are travelling while we're having this debate, by the way.
Or there's something stopping it from going further away from
Yep.
the island.
Either way, the island has something.
The island has some sort of information there, and we were told to find out what happened to the matron, so we could get that bit out of the way and then get to the fun stuff.
So yeah, we have a couple of hours to have this debate.
Yeah.
So we are travelling in the direction.
If the rest of the group decide to go towards the ship, then we'll do the ship.
Always good to have the right books handy.
So, based on what Calcrix just said, is anyone changing their vote?
No.
I'm guessing not.
Cetus is smart enough not to disagree with the dragon.
Cetus is changing his vote?
Yep.
Good, because Hildren was about to try and enact her newfound sovereignty and veto. So we're heading for the island.
I will call them mutiny.
You
I'll
can mutiny
catch
all
the
you want.
flying carpet when the most opportune.
When they start to veer away, you want to get on the flying carpet.
You're welcome to watch it. It just doesn't seem a good idea to storm the boat before we know what's going
No,
on.
I just want to keep an eye on it.
I don't think it's going anywhere because it always stays within 30 miles of that island and it circumnavigates the island.
But I do feel that there was a cloaking thing happening before.
There was.
There's something stopping
Remembering
it
also
from being
that
detected with divination.
a skeleton's status is not likely to change.
No, but the loot on the skeleton that may or may not have been taken, and the possible artifacts and other things that might be on the skeleton might be really useful if we end up in a fight.
I actually don't remember if it's confirmed that the island is the one with the skeleton, but the fact that the ship is circling the island makes me think that the island is very important.
All the information we've gotten about both things is that
Can I do my
there's some
ordering
connection between the two.
Yep.
Within 30 minutes of hitting either the ship or the island.
So considering that we're making this decision as to where to go, my augury will be related to. Did I just have it? I did. I receive an omen from beyond the material plane about the results of a specific course of action that you intend to take within the next 30 minutes. So she's gonna do that with choosing the island over the boat. She wants to see if she gets an omen that says go to the boat or it's a good idea to go to the island. She's hoping that that's the outcome. Do you need augury in front of you?
I've got it in front of me.
Awesome.
Okay, so the omen you get is calamity.
For the island over the boat?
So go to the boat.
Okay, well, Hildren's going to follow suit.
Can she do like a reflection insight roll on that omen?
I was going to get us more information.
Oh, you can do that too.
I was going to say, calamity usually isn't a good thing, no matter how you interpret it.
So if we go island over the boat,
Calamity.
we've got calamity. So what happens? I'm going to do augury and ask what happens if we go to the boat over the island.
Can I use my danger sense?
Okay, you get an ambivalence result.
I don't know what that word means.
In this
It's either
term,
good or bad, or both good or bad.
in the terms of the spell, both good and bad.
Oh, like,
So it's not neither; it is both.
what is it? Ambiguity?
Ambiguity.
Yeah, that word.
No omen means neither good nor bad, but ambivalence in the terms of the spell is both good and bad.
So calamity is bad. So we want to go to the boat.
She got a 37 on insight as to how she interprets the omen.
Well, the omen is if you go to the island over the boat, something bad will happen.
Okay, boat it is.
And the omen Hilderin got, if you go to the boat over the island, something good and something bad will happen.
It's better than just bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be good to just get the just bad out of the way whilst we're still healthy.
Because the other argument, what we were saying about the island giving us information about the boat, is the boat might give us information about the island.
Exactly.
What I'm thinking is that if we're all in peak condition right now, and then we go to the boat, and then it doesn't go well, and now half of us are half dead or dead in some cases.
There's something good / bad that might happen with going to the boat first. The good might give us an advantage to the island and change the outcome of the calamity of going to the island. This is only for the...
Yeah, we asked which one we should go for first.
Augury is really short term. It's the next 30 minutes.
Well, it's the choice she makes in the next 30 minutes, not the outcome.
Yeah.
So that's right. It's sort of thing that it's not stating that going to the island will automatically create calamity. It's saying going directly to the island would be calamitous.
Calamitous. And Calcrix will go...
and of course, if you ask Dimitri, hey, you can't trust them anyway.
Yeah, but they agreed with you, Dimitri.
I have had the thoughts. The boat... I'm still kind of stuck on the fact that the boat can't leave, which is why it's staying within 30 miles.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's a calamity. Of if we fly the ship there, we won't be able to get the ship off the island.
It's entirely possible. So, yeah, like, if, based on the auguries, and this is why it's good to have two people who can do augury, we go to the boat. This is what augury is for. It just costs
Oh, you can believe it.
I am a cleric. I believe it wholeheartedly.
I prefer
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I prefer
But that's right. Dimitri looked at the idea of, hey, you're getting messages from people that are not infallible. You don't know which messages who they're getting it from. And hey, he knows the gods are not infallible because hey, he rescued them.
Yes, but Dimitri is infallible, apparently.
Well,
No. He just recognises that there's always more to learn, and you've got to go through the hard work to learn it. You can't just ask somebody and expect that that's the definite answer all the time. It's always a critical thing. That's where you get that response from.
Though you do know specifically from Augury, it must come from your sponsor.
So,
And
Nyx is saying calamity, and Zerchev is saying ambiguity.
From the clerical perspective, it's always going to be Zerchev. From Ariadne's perspective, it's whichever sponsor of the craft she's using, which will probably be Nyx.
Yeah, at the moment it's Nyx. But from Calcrix's perspective, when she does divinations and the guidance and all that, it's all just a gathering of information she collates together and then makes a decision based on it. She doesn't consider it fallible. Calcrix creates the wild hunt, which is because the gods are fallible, they need to be brought into account. So she absolutely understands that the gods are fallible.
And like Hildren believes in Zerchev and will generally follow his advice, but also knows, and I'm sure Zerchev also encourages, it's your choice.
In
Unless,
this
of course,
case,
you're talking about killing forest animals and, or just
Well,
pleasure.
it's your choice. It's just you get punished for it.
a part of Calcrix's decision is that it was also a majority of the group that wanted to go to the ship first, so she's happy to move towards the ship, having confirmed that going to the island is not going to give us information that we need.
Anyway,
before
Dimitri,
we go-
you won. Shall we head to the boat?
It doesn't feel right. He wants to go to the island now.
no, you definitely Dimitri saying the boat was the option. He just use it as an instruction moment to remind that, hey, you've always got to critically think about any information.
This is exactly when Hildren zones it out.
That's right.
She has learned to zone it out.
Yeah, it's nice
Sometimes
to
Dimitri turns into white noise.
So the next question is do you guys want calculates to cast some sort of invisibility if I can do it on the ship. I don't know if it's an object or it's a person.
I don't think they're going to greet us happily. If we're able to find a way to sneak, I don't think that's a bad idea.
And that's I've just got to check if invisibility.
Invisibility one creature.
I mean, I could
So-
fog cloud or something, but that's not going to be exactly sneaky.
I can't turn invisible, but I can change my skin color.
In which case, she could turn herself invisible and scout, or whoever's got the highest stealth who can also go underwater and get to the underwater. She
Well,
can
you're
cast
better
invisibility
underwater.
on them.
And
I think I'm better on stealth.
Do we want
You might be
to
better
have
at
a bomb?
stealth, but I am still really good at it.
Yeah.
If
Presumably, unless we're talking about going several miles underwater, you've got to get close enough to the ship, depending if it's visible. Anyway,
We could also bring the ship down and then approach by water. I do have water breathing for any of us that can't breathe water.
I don't know if the ship can go underwater.
The ship will hover above the water, but we could leave it with Merc taking care of it at a safe distance where it can't be detected, or Merc could take it once he lowers us down to the water.
I think we asked this before, but can the ship just function? No. English. Can the ship just function as a normal boat?
It can, but you have no idea if it will lift itself properly out of water.
Yeah. I guess do
It's
we
not
want to
something you'll
approach by water rather than air?
You strangle yourself, kitty.
I'm sure Dimitri would just rock up and say, "Hey, I'm Dimitri, let me on."
No,
Dimitri's definitely concerned about the attitude. That's why he's bringing up the fact that, hey, how are we going to approach it? Because the ship is very obvious.
What is Dimitri's preference? Does he think lowering the ship down to the water and then us approaching by water using various forms of stealth to be one of the best things, and then leaving the boat in Merc's care?
Well,
out the way?
certainly, if the boat approached on the water, then it would be less obviously a
Yeah.
impressively magical boat,
Yep.
and therefore there may be less concerns about, or less expectations of the level of threat that might be coming at them.
They might even decide to pirate us, and that might be our way on board.
As I said, I do have fog cloud. I can do fog cloud over the Kraken ship, and it's technically originally only 20 feet radius sphere, but I can increase that an extra 20 feet per level. So I can take it up to 100 feet.
Wouldn't a sudden fog cloud in an area where there's currently no fog be just as suspicious as...
But it would mean they couldn't see us.
So she's talking about casting it on the walk-off rather than us.
So they can't see, like it's blocking, obscuring their vision of us.
I'm just wondering if, as soon as that appears, whatever magic users they've got might just dissipate the fog cloud, and it will also alert them that someone's coming for them.
Yeah, I'm just.
No.
I'm
just.
Yeah,
thinking
the other
over
problem with fog cloud is it's a range of 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And also in
So by the time you can actually cast it,
they'll see us.
they won't be here.
Well-
they don't come to come home. So.
in both Sean as a player's experience and Cetus because his backstory stuff. Most large creatures like this can just see through that stuff.
But it's not a creature; it's a boat.
No, the
People
boat
on-
might be a living...
The boat itself might be a
ship.
kraken, or it might be a nautiloid, which
Yes.
in its case, the things on the ship can just see through that stuff.
Okay.
My question would be: is how's Trellin in the water? Does he have water breathing? Can he?
He doesn't
Well,
need to
I
go under
walk
the
on
water.
water, but
Yeah, that's true.
You
He
can
could
just sink to the bottom if you go under it.
he can just run.
No,
No, walk on it.
It's 60 feet underneath, and then I gradually rise to the water level.
I can breathe underwater. Well, I don't breathe. I just hold my breath, but I can swim underwater.
Okay.
I
And
can
no
hold my breath
Seegers
for like
can.
5
I'm pretty
hours,
sure
I
you
think.
can. So I guess the question is do we want to just approach as a normal boat and see what the reaction is? Or do we want to approach by water, like under the water? I think maybe approach as a boat, just a normal boat, and then see whether or not.
Well, I would suggest both potentially.
Yeah.
It approaches the boat and therefore look less concerning,
Yep.
and they might try to do something, and then come can also be approaching from underwater to ensure that there can then be different directions.
Yeah. No, that's a good suggestion. Do people want telepathic bonds so that we're all in communication if we get split up?
Yes,
Yes.
please. Particularly as we're about to plan to split up.
Okay, so I will cast telepathic bond as a ritual on our way there. Because that takes 10 minutes.
I would say that if we're talking approaching a boat, I think Calcrix and Dimitri are probably the best people to keep on the boat. And Cetus and Hildren are the best to swim.
Well, yeah.
So I've got an instant step, which makes me. I can spend 4 exertion, and I choose an unoccupied space. I can see within 500 feet, and I'm there.
Yeah, that.
Does Hildren, I'm assuming Cetus does, but does Hildren have a swim speed?
No. I mean, she can
Because
swim, but
Yeah, no, but that just means you couldn't, like, comparatively, someone with swim speed, you couldn't go slowly.
I just don't think it's a good idea to send Cetus in by himself.
Oh, no, but the point is, I expect Cetus has a swim speed. I expect Calquix probably has a swim speed. And I know Dimitri's got a swim speed of 35. So,
The thing, though, is Calcrix the talker. Calcrix is the talker.
Yes.
If we're going to negotiate our way onto the boat, Calcrix is the best option.
Yeah.
For sneaking and tracking and other aspects of it, I think Hildren would be better to go with Cetus, but then again, that means our 2 tanks are working together.
Other than Calcrix, I'd say Cetus is probably the second best option to go onto the boat himself if we are just going to send one person.
I'm
That's not me
comfortable
just
with sending-
wanting to go on the boat by myself.
No, I'm just not comfortable sending one person.
what Cetus is stealth like?
Decent. I'd say probably higher than you think it is.
Calcrix is a
It would be a player, and so Dimitri's obviously already would have experience and knowledge, but as a player, I don't know what sort of.
I have plus 11 with advantage.
Calcrix
Nice.
isn't stealthy, so she's best like
I've got
Rhiannon suggests.
I've
on the
got
boat.
plus 16 and an expertise dice in stealth, but the other one is perception.
What's Cetus' swim speed?
I think 50. It's equal to his movement.
50?
It's kind of-
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's Dimitri doesn't have that. Because the problem is that
What is Hildren?
if you don't have a swim speed,
Swim.
It'd be half
You're
my
not-
normal speed, which is 20 feet
So
per round.
If I
You
make
don't
myself
have-
large, can I just bring you down with me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I'm sure you can drown anyone you wish.
My
Except
other,
me.
And me.
My other thought was.
I'm sure there's a point where the water pressure just kills you.
Yeah.
Considering. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry.
I was going to say, considering Trolling can do walk on water, maybe he can start with us on the boat, but then if we need him to go a different direction or to join with Hildren and Cetus, there's that option that he can go and help who needs the help most. Does that make sense?
Look,
Well,
if Dimitri...
do you need a particular skill to fly the...
I think we just needed some sort of magic connection, didn't we?
I think it was just magic connection, and then you got a bonus for some kind of vehicle control.
Cool.
Or vehicle proficiency.
Yeah, it's just like I'm a sneaky tracker, basically. So it seems a waste to leave me on the boat.
Yeah.
Even if I am slower, it just seems...
If you've got Cetus taking you along,
Yeah.
shouldn't that be sufficient?
I mean, yeah, you don't really need a swim speed if you're just riding on the back of a sea monster.
I
Yep.
kind of prefer Dimitri with me on the boat. I just think he's got more skills in
For the sort of
an
thing...
approach.
Yeah, for the type of approach we're looking at, I think it makes more sense for Hildren and Cetus to sneak, or to approach under the water, and Trellin, Dimitri, and Merc, and Calcrix to approach on the boat.
And then if Trellin needs to go to back up Cetus and Hildren, he's got that capacity.
And Calcrix is enough of a tank that I don't feel uncomfortable with our two.
Well, then Cetus is a
Would
tank
also-
as well.
Yeah,
so-
well, so is Hildren.
Okay,
So
cool.
control would-
So then,
so it would have
having that, so what's the plan for actions?
Calcrix could go with the story of, well, she's just won at all of the, she's won all these main prizes and things like that. Isn't this ship also a gambling ship, a casino type thing?
No.
The thing you're
We haven't had any indication of that.
No. The Kraken ship, the Moorcroft.
Not that you know of.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's the enforcers.
The potentially the people who are controlling the Morkoth also had like the leader of the casino, the float casino, was in contact with them. But
They were the enforcers. The Moorcroft was the enforcers. They would show up and
Beat people up.
beat people up.
so like the mafia getting protection money.
Mm-hmm.
And they call themselves the Kraken Society because they kraken everyone.
have we?
that would then mean that the
Not cracking down on stuff.
Morkoth is not tied to the island if it can go off to be the
But
enforcer for
It hasn't
casino
been
ships.
it hasn't done that for months.
Yeah, so okay.
And what was our other question?
My memory's not so great. Have we discovered anything about the Kraken thing that we might have a viable story for why we're in the area, why we might have approached them?
Technically, from what you know, no one's supposed to know where they are.
Okay, so we could just be, we'd just be exploring the area.
Well, magic can't.
I would expect that the story on the boat would be, yes, we're out on a pleasure cruise, sailing through, investigating islands, and we happened to come across this ship like sitting around and thought, hey, you guys might know about what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, we could be doing a survey, mapping of the area. Calcrix is a map maker. She might be recording the islands in the area.
You're also a dragon. Like, there is just the fact that you are a dragon. That's got to have some sort of weight.
Just in terms of when we approach the ship, like Dimitri was saying, where she's out mapping the islands and we saw the ship and we thought they might have some information about the area and, just...
So, that's all good, that's fine. The people who are going to try, like Cetus and Hildren, attempting to sneak onto the boat.
We can't make a plan until we get there.
No, but what are you trying to achieve by sneaking on the boat?
Information.
Yes.
Seeing if they're going to kill us immediately if we get closer with the ship.
Yeah.
Well, because I would have thought the most important thing you were trying to find
Find
out
the
was
Storm
A,
King.
is the Storm King on there?
Yeah.
B, why the Storm King, if the Storm King's there, how it is that he hasn't escaped or whatever.
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't think you're going to be able to charm your way to the Storm King So
No.
you guys are distraction and get on board through conversation.
Yeah.
We are sneak on and find the secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, I said that the idea being that if you do find the Storm King, is it worth attempting to release him?
I don't think we have that information.
We can provide, the boat can provide a distraction to, so therefore you've got the opportunity to see if you can release the Storm King.
Well, I don't think I have enough information for that, and that's why we have telepathic blonde.
And Ariadne had another thing.
Sorry.
So I had 2 questions.
Yep.
One of them is, have we determined whether or not it's wise to release a Storm King?
You had not.
Okay, cool. So maybe that might be a part of what we're figuring out.
That's what Sarissa,
Just because that's what she wants doesn't mean that's what we're going to give her. Especially if we find out that it's not a wise thing to do. I think we want to figure out everything. Because can you imagine if we release the Storm King Giant and we're not meant to? We might discover that information there. We don't know whether it's a good idea or not. Is that right, Mark?
You don't know at this stage.
Yeah.
You just agreed to it.
My thoughts on it is that he doesn't have his crown anymore. Isn't he just back to being a normal storm giant?
We don't know that.
Technically, he would still have the position. So if you steal a king's crown, you don't steal his kingdom. You just steal a symbol of his kingdom.
He'd still be Storm King, but he may not have the magic that he had to subjugate the giants.
He no longer has the power of the crown. He's still a storm giant, which is still a threat to a lot of people.
And still leader of his people.
Yeah. And we want to look at keeping the matrons around, because that is to our benefit in our battle with the Master.
So I don't see, even if we come up with an agreement that will release him as long as he doesn't chase after the crown, that's something we can negotiate. But I don't think we can have a solid plan until we have the information about this ship.
I think we need to figure out, we're pretty sure he's there, confirm that he's there, and then figure out why he's there, what's keeping him asleep, that kind of...
Any information about why the ship hasn't left the island.
Yeah.
Didn't we get the fire giant shard at some point? I remember us finding one of the shards of the crown already. So
if you did, it's in the session. I wasn't here.
I'll have to check my notes.
I think it might have been.
Martin, have we?
I can't remember. You'd have to remind me of the details. My brain is not good at the memories right now.
So I know that in our sessions, in the sessions I've been here, we have not.
I will check my notes.
Write it in the comments.
The other part of my question was the rope of eyes and true seeing. Mm-hmm. The rope of eyes can see...
Illusions,
no,
invisible.
It was tempting.
And
rope of eyes can see in all directions, invisible, has dark vision, and into the ethereal planes for 120 feet.
And true seeing, is there... I thought there was an...
True seeing can see shape changed, as well as other stuff.
It automatically sees through illusions. Although true seeing is much more powerful. The difference with your true seeing compared to your rope of eyes is you've got to be looking through a gem, so therefore it's very focused view.
Well, no,
as you look around.
I can, as a ritual, do true seeing and use an ointment under my eyes so that I can true see directly. I can also use the orb to do it without using a spell. But since we've got to approach by water and it's going to take time, I was considering using a ritual to put true seeing up in addition to the telepathic bond.
And I think you're thinking of 5e, not level up version of true seeing there, Jeremy.
Okay.
Ariadne's correct on the ointment being the way of doing it in level up.
Yeah, I thought you were using a gem of seeing.
I have an
the
orb.
item.
I have an orb that does it, but sometimes it's to my advantage to actually be able to directly true see. Am I right in that might be worthwhile doing as a ritual, so I don't have to use it as a spell?
True, but it would only last for an hour.
Oh, okay. I thought I had one that lasted. That's okay. All good.
You can cast it as a 7th level spell instead, and have it last for 8 hours.
Oh, okay. Yep. Mm. I will think about that for a minute if I can.
Yeah.
Or you guys figure out other stuff.
So,
I just remembered
so
something.
the intent is that we're lowering the boat down to sea level, hopefully somewhat out of the sight of the Morkoth.
Yep.
And then I would suggest that we can sail up or move calmly, allowing Hildren and Peters plenty of time to sneak on the boat. I'd be suggesting that we're better off, or they're better off actually sneaking on the boat, and if they can do it without, or like before our boat is officially a distraction, then they can let us know if there's anything worth going on there, and what can be achieved, with the idea that, we can get to the boat quickly, even if we need to.
Yeah, I think that's the main idea. Sorry, my laugh was I just read through my stuff and remembered I have advantage against fear and intimidation. This is the problem with children, there's too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 things. Telepathic bond, I can roll a d4 and increase it by what the d4 is. It normally goes for 1 hour. I've rolled 4 on my d4. So that equals 4 hours, or is it 5?
So you cast it as a 6th level spell.
Well, I can do it as a ritual. So the plan was to do it as a ritual. Is it just 1 hour if it's done as a ritual?
Unless you cast it higher and increase the DC.
I haven't seen those in ages.
How does that work? Look, let's not go into it right now. In that case, I'll just take it as the standard 1 hour. And instead of true seeing, I was going to do battle mind as a ritual.
Can't remember what Battle Mind gives us.
It gives me one of the following. In terms of when I do it as a ritual, Martin assumes that the 10 minutes starts from as close as I can get to whatever encounter we're having without it cutting into 10 minutes of that actual encounter.
So it affects you, unlike Battle Mind in Star Wars, which affected all of us.
So
yes.
Cacrix gets advantage on wisdom perception checks for surprise at the start of the encounter.
Plus,
And she is not surprised, and neither are her allies while she's got it running. So everyone cannot be surprised, no matter how badly you roll.
if we get engaged in combat while the spell is active, I can use a bonus action on my turn to produce one of the following effects for my allies. I can give an ally an advantage on the next attack roll, saving roll, or ability check. Give the enemy a disadvantage. Divine the location of an invisible or hidden creature.
Basically can give a rogue instant sneak attack if it's not going to have it otherwise.
Or give 3 allies a blessed guidance or resistance spell on their turns. So it gives me a bunch of options. Of course, it's kind of wasted if we don't end up in combat, but I figure...
Well, the no surprise is useful.
As a ritual, I'll try to time it just before we encounter the ship, and hopefully...
well, then it probably won't hit Cetus and I.
No, it'll only be the people on the ship, so Trellin and Dimitri. But I and Merc, technically, but I figure as a ritual, I might as well.
Actually, you don't target anyone but yourself.
Oh, okay. No, but if we engage in combat, I can give.
But if the other guys show up, and you can still affect them.
Ah, I see.
Because you're the only one enchanted.
There you go.
So it's like an aura sort of thing.
No, it's basically she chooses. It's not an aura. She
I
goes,
mean the no
I
surprise.
share it with you. I share it with you.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Because it doesn't give a distance on the allies.
Yeah.
As long as she's in the encounter with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Cetus and I. You stop. You keep breathing. I stop breathing. And
Well, I also technically stop breathing because I'm holding my breath.
yeah.
I can't breathe underwater. I can just hold my breath for
Oh,
a really
okay.
long
Yeah.
time.
So we both stop breathing and jump overboard.
Battle mind and teleportation.
Shall we say? I mean, most people, it's what sight's usually around 120 feet at extreme.
Right?
That was the question.
So I'm trying to figure out how far away from the boat we'd be jumping out.
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to be jumping, if the intent is to jump out without being noticed by the boat, then it should be, well, several hundred feet, if not a mile or more type stuff. And that's why that's swim speed. So, yeah.
I mean, it's not like if you can see the boat coming, but you don't necessarily see two people slipping off the side.
No, but the idea being that if you're going to be having the opportunity to actually look at the boat before before they've got a connection between something arriving at all, like put on alert. Presumably, particularly if they're the enforcers of the mob type stuff, as soon as something comes up heading towards them, they're probably all going to go on alert.
Okay, so we jump off.
Well, if you can get wandering through the boat and sneaking on there before they go on alert, that should make it simpler. But as I say, it has the disadvantage of we will be further away, but not necessarily insignificant away.
I'm happy with wherever, particularly if I'm hanging on to Cetus and Cetus is doing his fishy swim thing.
I mean, the alternative is that you hang on to Rotjaw. But I'm sure Martin's going to say something about shark skin ripping up your hands.
No, I'm happy to hold on to Cetus. We're both not going to misinterpret this situation. It's not like I'm Merc.
This is not Merc we're dealing with. We're okay.
I mean,
As we can see, we're all missing Merc in this situation.
I do also have the rope of entanglement, so I can just tie us together.
I can hold on. It's okay.
I don't know.
You could grow a tentacle and I can hang on to that. Like, mechanically, it doesn't really matter. We're going at his speed. Is the mechanic we need. So if we jump off, if we want to make it a mile, it just means it's going to be longer for us swimming.
Okay.
Well, how long is it going to take for us to swim a mile?
I mean, you can hold your breath for 5 hours. I can do it indefinitely. So
What's your swim speed?
55, you said.
I think it was 50. Might be 60.
Oh,
actually.
50.
I think it's 50 more. This character sheet still says 30, but I know it's at least 50.
Yeah, because you have, additional stuff. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's around 50.
Because there is how far things can travel in by speed.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Just gotta know which book to look it up in.
Because I think I have 50 feet normally, but then it goes up to 60 when I'm raging.
Yeah.
And when you
And that's per 6 seconds.
approach the ship, are you crushing it?
So, Level Up has changed what they do for feet to mile. Basically, if you can move 30 feet, that becomes 3 mile in an hour.
Nice.
So it's just simplified it so there's no complex maths to figure out exactly how far that is in that time. To give times of where it doesn't always continue perfectly.
The short answer is we have enough time with my 5 hours to make it.
Yeah, it'll take about 20 minutes to get off on that if you have my beforehand.
Okay, so as you get closer to the ship, I will say that you can see glints of the island from that distance. Do you wish to do anything about that, or just think about that later?
I think. I mean, you guys have time. You can spyglass and look and see what's on the island.
This is before you jump underwater.
Yeah.
Because, hey, it's always good to have your options sorted out.
Definitely be using my looking glass to investigate as much as possible.
I'm sure
So
Dimitri will do it anyway,
I'll
but
grab my longbow because it gives me advantage on perception.
We've got telepathic bond. Like, we're going to take 20 minutes if we jump in and go.
I was going to tell Dimitri to keep an eye out for any signs of like magic that's going to stop us from getting out. Or getting the boat away from the island if we go in.
Well, you have a spyglass?
Yes.
Okay, no need to roll because you can basically point at the thing that's glinting.
Okay.
Instead of going, is there something out there to see? That's where you need to make your perception roll. We're just scanning, looking for something.
Okay.
So same by looking glass, I don't have to do perception.
Okay, so from this distance you can see the outline of the island roughly rising above the water. It's just this small little thing in the distance at this stage.
Yep.
And it is has that look of shimmering in a desert coming off it.
Kind of like a mirage type thing, or
It does.
that heat sort of effect.
It has that sort of heat effect that you see when you look at desert. But then again, it is in a tropical area, and it is an island out in the water.
If I wanted to try and determine if it was a magical effect, would that be like some sort of arcana roll, or?
Actually, I think it's winter area here, so it's supposed to be a winter area, and it's got a heat shimmer coming off it.
Yeah.
So yes, different.
The island is a giant whale.
So what, you like to make an arcana check?
Well, if I want to try and determine if it's a magical sort of source of this radiance, for lack of a better word. So it's an arcana check.
It is, and what would Dimitri think of that?
Certainly, I was asking to ask the same question as to whether there's any obvious magic involved in this effect, or whether it's purely an interesting geological or meteorological phenomenon.
So both of you are rolling arcana?
Both of you can do an arcana check, or Dimitri can just tell us what he thinks it is.
33.
I mean, if we're doing this before we jump overboard, I can do a nature check. If we want me to.
It's a giant whale.
I think it's entirely up to you. There's no reason why you couldn't.
Have we jumped overboard by this time, or are we
Not
waiting?
yet. This is before you jump over.
Then I'll do a nature check.
We're going to be jumping off when we're a mile away from the ship, and the ship is 30 from the island. We'll be about 31 away from the island.
17 for nature.
You would expect there to be maybe some sort of volcano on the island active.
I still think it's
so
a
I got a
whale.
33
You're 33.
on my arcana check.
I'm also waiting for Dimitri.
I'm sorry, 36.
Trying to take notes. While also rolling for stuff. I rolled a 20.
You rolled a 20.
Bad roll.
Did Calgrix give Cetus the captain's
You think a
sword?
similar thing?
The what?
The sword we got from the gambling ship's captain.
Did you give it to Cetus?
That was that the intention? I think it might have been.
I
You
believe
said
it
something
was.
about giving it to Cetus.
Yeah, so if that was the intention, then yes, I would have given it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no information on this sword other than that it has like
I will
squid-shaped hilt, I think it was.
It does, yes.
quickly.
I can look up the details a bit later.
I was just going to refer to my notes with that.
Okay, so from Calcrix's and Dimitri's perspective, a strong elemental fire effect could also be the result, especially as you're not seeing a plume of smoke or gas coming out of the top of the island, and there doesn't seem to be a raised cone for a volcano. So you're a bit unsure as to what it might be.
Okay.
But large elemental creatures are known to also put off such effects.
Because the other thing I was thinking is there's some sort of air element stuff going on, which would sort of connect to the storm giants. But if we're going more fire and flame, then that's a different pathway.
So is it a giant whale?
No,
Okay.
fiery.
Could be a fire whale.
And it's on the island.
Have you encountered fire whales?
They exist, probably.
Though you do see a brief flash of light through the spyglass, and everything on the island gets obscured from view.
Oh.
I mean,
So
it
I
might
don't know what
be,
that means.
Maybe it's the fire matron's part of the crown.
Maybe.
Maybe the storm matron is just really angry.
Maybe, but that would be more lightning than fire.
I mean, lightning is just fancy fire.
Hildren puts up a finger, does aeromancy, minor aeromancy, and sparks Cetus.
I'd like to specify that was Sean speaking.
Referring to Avatar.
I mean, yes, and the fact that...
So Hildren jumps out of the game, minor aeromancies, and sparks Sean.
Okay, so...
It is much better than annoying the person who's just about to drag you a mile underwater.
Yeah, but, like, I am a creature of lightning.
Yeah, no. Good go for Sean, not
Not Cetus, yeah.
I think, technicality, they're both plasma, I think, something like that. Like, state of being type things.
I mean, technically, very, very simply, yes.
So as you guys are traveling underwater for 20 minutes, you're feeling the temperature of the water increase dramatically.
Feeding this information back to the group.
It seems like a great time to mention the thing where I'm immune to both hot weather and cold weather.
It's a
Weather
great time to
beaten?
know.
Yay!
Now, I've got like I'm immune to extreme cold, extreme heat, and they have no effect on me at all.
I have a feat.
From the other
thing.
character's perspective, you can see a fog cloud rolling towards you.
Path of scorching summers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have advantage on saving throws
I've
against heat and...
I haven't asked you to make a saving throw.
No, I
yet.
know. I'm just clarifying.
I've
got the scorching
like I
sun
say, having
to the
effect, because we'll watch the island, also watching more off of this too, on the post, and yep, suddenly vision of the island got obscured, and now we've got a fog cloud leading towards us.
It seems to be spreading out in
is
all
it-
directions from the island.
Yeah, but the first thought was going to say, is it actually fog or is it more smoke?
It does appear to be fog.
Yeah.
Hot fog
So steam.
in winter.
Might be an underwater volcano.
I mean, that is entirely possible.
But hey, unless the boat moves, you roughly know where it will be, and apparently you'll be hitting a fog cloud before you get to it.
So, obviously the more hot got impaled in this fog as well, before
It will reach it before you do.
Question.
yeah, so Dimitri's going to be watching the deck of the Morgoth through Spyglass to see if we can see people acting on there and see how they're responding to these fog clouds coming towards them.
Does Rogalize or the orb with true sight on it, is that able to penetrate this fog at all?
It is not because the fog cloud is not magical.
Okay.
Which is not a spell. And I'm just
The
going
other problem is that the two seeing and road eyes only has an effective range to 120 feet.
I'm just going to duck to the bathroom quickly.
So the fog cloud is still several hundred feet away at the moment. At least. In fact, it's 5,000 feet to a mile, isn't it? So.
I probably should have asked this sooner, but I have now had two questions I wanted to ask about the boat. Well, specifically the Moorcroft. I'll ask that once Martin gets back.
Must be Morrigan I've got that gives me stuff where I can see through low vision impairment effects.
You're gonna get all the movement types. I think the only ones I don't have are teleporting and burrowing. I can do every other movement.
Just looking up the orb, and it says that I can cast spells a level 1 or higher to add up to 4 charges on it. And then I can use them as if they were spell slots.
Please.
Give me a sec. I'll look it up. And get you a confirmation on that.
Yep.
Characters.
Because it allows me to do concentration.
How many techniques are you proficient with as modes of transport?
Cetus. He's got fly, sled,
Transport.
fly, walking, and swim, I think.
Fly, walk, climb,
Oh,
swim.
climb.
Right. So I've got hurricane walk.
I could walk on the fog.
And my climbing includes on
Your step
roofs.
is so light you seem to float in the air. You can use a bonus action and spend 1 exertion to cast fly on yourself. You also have advantage.
Unfortunately, the rune aspect you are not as proficient with yet.
Not yet. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to
I have a question.
check.
Yep.
Are we seeing any sea life as we are approaching the boat or the island?
Not a single piece of sea life.
I had questions about the Moorcroft.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on the surface of the water?
As you get closer, it is half below the water.
Okay. And is it like sailing around the island or just sitting still?
It is moving,
Okay.
and it is not slow. It's fast. It seems to be using both magic and wind to power it.
I do feel like we're the party for the pirate adventure, by the way.
So the idea is that the party's boat will when Cetus and Hildren reach the walk-off, the party's boat should be a few hundred feet away type stuff. I would expect would be the plan.
Yep.
As it approaches leisurely towards the walk-off.
I might be wrong in what I just said because the other
Yes.
parties both have a pirate king involved.
That's right. The silver
I might be a
dragonborn
pirate king.
is he can breathe underwater, and he is immune to cold.
Lani is a pirate king, and so is Yodri,
Cool.
which is unusual because there's usually only one.
Right.
And Seika has a saber from a pirate king, which we haven't actually fleshed out yet. So we're approaching the boat. It is getting warmer and warmer, and it seems to be radiating from the island, not the boat.
From the island.
There is no sea life. A fog cloud is spreading above from the island. It's going to impact your ability to see the Moorcroft, but we can feed that it is moving fast in the sort of direction it's heading in, back to the party, and we recognize that it is moving through both magic and wind. And the fog is non-magical. So it's a natural effect. Does that sort of sum it up?
Yep.
So we're approaching, looking for somewhere where we might be able to...
And as the fog hits the
Attach,
party,
enter.
it is scorchingly hot.
Did we see the reaction on the Warcraft as the fog overwhelmed the Warcraft?
They basically cover themselves up.
Well, they have the consolation of a enclosed space.
I think at one point Moorcroft was described as pretty much being a submarine.
But it also, that implies that they've been through this. They're not surprised, they just do something.
Meaning again that they're either staying here, they're either
Free
forced,
will.
they're either forced to stay here, or they either can't leave or they want to still be here.
And this is not an unusual event.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cetus gets to make a will saving throw.
Oh no.
We're safe.
What is a will save?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw in this case, sorry. Too many games.
It's okay, I can translate.
You can also be charisma,
That works.
but in this case it's a will.
I do believe that I have something that allows me to use my con instead of those stats.
I do have a feeling that
And what
something
is
to do.
the specific that allows you to use a con instead of it? Sometimes it is conditional. Other times it is all saves.
I can do... there's one of mine that I can always do as a wisdom. So nature is technically usually intelligence, but I can do it as a wisdom. But you always allow me to make a case if I want to do between wisdom and intelligence.
Okay, so while you're looking through things, how are the others going to approach the boat now that you seem to be hit by a searingly hot fog?
Sorry guys, I've got to back away for a little bit. Hopefully back in a bit, but yeah, sorry.
All good. I know, I just had to do that.
Which leaves active me and
Trellin.
Mm-hmm.
So I can damp down a cloth and drape it on myself
Mm-hmm.
and cut out eye holes.
You have the wet hood.
Yes.
Is this
Just what's your character doing in response?
um
Because you weren't expecting it to be that hot, especially in winter.
as long as it's not hurting her, Carcrix is more intent on trying to figure out how she can see through the fog, be prepared for danger.
Okay.
I don't know if battle mind would give me any advantages in terms of that.
Well, in that case, it might be a good time for us to roll initiative.
Oh, okay. Yep.
All of us?
Yep. And don't worry, none of you can be surprised.
I mean, I couldn't be surprised anyway, but
26.
Around 26.
Is it a perception?
What would be good for you and why?
It's initiative.
Yeah, but I can argue any skill.
Okay.
None of them give me advantage, so perception's fine for me.
$43.
43 on your saving throw?
Yes.
Saving throw?
Initiative.
Initiative, okay.
Yeah.
when you make a saving throw against an effect that deals half damage on a success, you can choose instead to use calm.
It's not something that'll do half damage.
Okay, so I still have to do wisdom then. 11.
And 11. Okay, so you feel something drawing you towards the ship.
Is this something to do with being charmed?
Is that a charm?
Okay.
Something very kindred spirit.
It's the
The
giant.
Kraken.
Or it's the giant thing again.
Oh, yeah.
Because
the
when we
belt.
went to the hill giant thing, both Cetus and Trellin
Yeah.
got giant affected things.
Yeah.
My initiative is 31.
And the characters roll with advantage.
didn't do that much,
No.
You can potentially get better, so that's why I was asking. Because you have battle mind. It automatically gave you advantage.
Would have got pretty much exactly the same roll outside of what the D4.
Well, the D4 would have been the same for both.
I would have gotten exactly the same roll.
Nat 20, 34.
34.
Sorry, what was it?
Natural 20 for a total of 34.
Okay. And I was going to ask Caprix to make a charisma saving throw.
26.
Well, natural 20 to start with. And then charisma saving throw on so natural 20 plus
I forgot to expertise dice.
at least a 31. I don't think I added
Yeah.
them outside of that plus 11, so
I'd like to change my answer to be 38.
For your...
I forgot the expertise dice.
So 38 upgraded.
Yeah.
Okay. Music's also doing
That
a few other
confused the
things as
hell out of me
well.
when I
That's
started
okay.
playing.
I was just trying to remember if I actually answered you. I think I did.
Because
You
it's a
did.
new mechanic.
Well, it's a Pathfinder mechanic. The upgraded.
Mm.
It's just an easier way of saying I got a natural 20 and this is my result. But remember, I had a natural. That's my interpretation of it anyway.
Yeah.
But as I said, confused the hell out of me when people talked about upgraded and downgraded. Like, what? Is this because we didn't end up battling the demon possessed person on Monday night?
don't remember what happened on Monday night.
You talked the demon possessing somebody into letting us pass.
Yes, I did.
Particularly when you mentioned Tiamat.
I'm pretty sure we didn't want to fight a demon lord Balor though.
It was what Martin had set us up for.
Okay, so Calcrix can tell that something is scrying upon her with a draconic presence.
Oh, okay.
But that's where initiative kicks off,
Yep.
and it is Cedus's turn, as he got the natural 20.
Oh, he got natural 20. That's
He gets to do a action before everything happens,
yeah.
which you can use for either action, bonus action, or
Movement.
Start of. I mean, if it's the start of combat trigger or roll for initiative trigger, but I do get my enlarged form.
poof, bigger.
Hildren's like, okay.
I think we're in combat, I don't know why.
I don't know, maybe this is your opportunity to charm the creature that you are drawn to.
Well, chances are there's something on the ship that's holding a... Wait, no, we both have belts of hill giant strength, which is probably why we got controlled a bit from that.
So it could be the giant.
Yeah, it could be somebody on the ship using the hill giant fragment.
Could also be if the ship is made of some form of kraken and is partly alive. The kraken could be reaching out to you.
I still think it's most likely the hill giant thing.
But
Either
haven't
way, I think
been
we just have
asked
to get closer.
To roll.
You might not be in range of it yet.
Okay.
I keep doing my movement, just move closer until something obvious happens.
Okay, so I will give you a perception roll for those of you underwater.
I get one too?
Well, technically it's for his turn still, and he's surprised. And then we'll see what happens.
That's a 15.
Okay, so as you're moving closer, you can see you're coming up to the underside of the Kraken ship with some of its tentacles underwater, as it seems to be fairly long for a ship. Well, for a ship of its width, it is fairly long.
I feel like ship should be in, quotes.
And you do see under its front section something trailing off into the distance in front of it as you're coming up from behind.
Huh.
Like it's being pulled.
So it's the ship itself is being pulled, not the ship pulling something.
Mm-hmm. Sort of like an anchor, but almost as thick as the ship.
I think it's like a reverse one of those fish with the little lights on it. It's like dragging a bait or something like that behind it, but something in the water is kind of pulling it along.
But not easy to see from this side of the ship.
With my knowledge of
But that's the end of your turn.
sea things.
Congratulations, you've now got a puzzle.
You have
As
time
we-
to think of puzzle.
Now go to Calcrix.
Calcrix will do a spell, Converse with Dragon. Again, limited telepathy, allowing me to communicate with any creature within 120 feet, so it's outside 120 feet. That has the dragon type, regardless of the creature's languages. A dragon can choose to make a charisma saving throw to prevent telepathic contact with itself. It doesn't change the dragon's disposition to myself or my allies. It just opens a channel of communication.
You do not find a valid target within range.
Yes, with shot. Is
But
that
hey,
my gun?
some creatures can scry far further than 120 feet.
Is that my go then?
That is technically your go, though I might give you a before you cast the spell, a wisdom check, insight check.
Insight check.
Definitely wouldn't have thought of this, but we should have seen if the island was
32.
rotating.
Plus a d4 to sec.
How would you
36.
question Frosty the Giant on that?
Not asking the dragon that, like, when we were viewing the island whilst we were still in the sky, was the island itself moving?
Right.
So the question we have is, do we try and get on the ship, or do we try and figure out what's going on with the dragon?
Because something's clearly dragging the ship along.
Calcrete suspects that the fog cloud is connected to the dragon.
It
Would
would
that-
be a really big one.
That probably still wouldn't change my decision to try to contact the dragon. Unless that insight also tells me that the dragon's well outside of that range.
Well, they can be quite large to, well, they have to be quite powerful to be able to create such a large effect.
So it could be a dragon lair situation, or
Yeah, giant fog clouds usually
Does
are
that mean
lair effects.
Would that insight then help me decide to try to use one of my dragon-related lair sensey type?
Lair sense is where you build yourself a lair to sense things with.
I
And if you could create an effect with it, such as a fog cloud, that may become part of your lair.
what I mean is I have a bunch of dragon-specific spells outside of converse with.
The one you want is raid the lair.
That's the one, and I always I can never remember what it's actually called.
So what it basically does is takes you out of a lair effect.
So having had that insight before casting that spell, would I be able to have the knowledge to cast Raid the Lair instead of Converse with Dragon?
Takes 10 minutes to cast.
Well then that's probably going to take me out of combat, right?
yeah, a minute is 10 rounds.
That's about 100 rounds to cast.
Okay.
Is the anchor thing, is that like a chain or is it like a tentacle?
Hard to see in the dark,
Okay.
especially with the cloud fog cover coming in, taking out the natural light. Part of the advantage of creatures working together.
The island might be the shining one.
Don't know about that.
Or the shining one might live on the island as
It's
well.
entirely possible. I mean, your turn's up next, but do we want to skip the ship, investigate the
We've got time.
You can delay instead.
Yep, so I'll delay instead.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be your turn?
No, because you got the extra round.
Then it would be Cetus's turn. Your actual turn instead of just your surprise. You got to take a few extra things in.
Yes. I think we should investigate the anchor.
The attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
from what we can tell so far, it's definitely attached to the ship and then something
Is
further
it
down.
the ship that's attracting, like the thing drawing you? Is it the ship that it's drawing you to, or is it further than the ship?
That is a good question.
Bit unclear, your senses weren't telling you fully. Just that something in your head was drawing you.
Yeah, well, the ship and the island are obviously in a straight line from our current position, so I'm sure...
I'm happy to check out the teller.
Yeah, let's follow the thing down, see what it's attached to. And then see what... if the thing drawing me changes direction. So we'll go, like...
Aim to
get closer to the thing, just to see what it is first, the anchor.
So we're sort of swimming under the ship towards the teller.
As you're coming under the ship, you notice that the ship itself is attached to a tentacle. As wide as the ship.
Okay.
Which seems to go down into the distance, into the darkness.
So is the tentacle holding onto the ship, or is the ship the tentacle?
The ship is being held onto by the tentacle.
Okay.
The tip, just the tip.
So something down there has grabbed the ship. And that's all the information I would like for that, so let's go to the ship.
And
Really? I'm curious.
Whatever is down there, its tentacle is the size of the ship.
Yes.
And that brings us to Hildren.
So you just use...
The hand part of the tentacle is the size
Yeah, no,
of the ship.
I know. Okay. So can I see any sort of way of getting into the ship? Any sort of nooks or crannies or doors or anything?
Well, the underneath seems to be not designed for egress, so you'd have to climb up the side.
Are we under the ship? And how far under are we?
You would be currently swimming under the ship, yes, and most likely about 30 foot down in the water.
Okay. I don't want to lose my action, but like, there's not much I can do right now other than try and swim to the top, which is, it'd be easier for me to wait for you. So is there something I can do to prepare? Oh. Can I do a primeval awareness?
I'm sure you can.
So primeval awareness allows me to sense...
Everything that Cetus is.
Yes, but I have a basic, you are this. Is there anything extra? So, like,
I'm sure whatever has this tentacle will also show up.
yes, but I can... I'm trying to figure out...
Depends, are they different to you?
It's Cetus from another timeline.
Where is my primeval awareness?
I reckon the Shining One's lair is nearby. Just because this seems to be the location where the crown was broken.
Yep.
And Shining One got the credit for breaking the
Yep.
crown.
I'm not arguing. I'm just looking for something I can do.
What I'm more concerned about is the Shining One the island, or does he just live here?
I'm pretty sure he lives somewhere in this area. Possibly on the island.
So it's got to be in here.
When there's opportunity, I just had a question.
Yeah.
There's, I think you referring to Dragon Kingdom. But it doesn't tell me exactly what Dragon Kingdom is. It just says I've got Library, Dragon Kingdom. And you add a proficient of expertise when referring to this library for information. And I'm just like, what exactly is that?
It's basically all the things you need to know about dragons is their Dragon Kingdom.
I
And
see.
it's reference material to help you know better about stuff, whereas not everyone has eidetic memories.
And my secondary
It looks like a whole bunch of nerd sort of stuff.
was,
Yes.
under knowledge, I have an inspiration feature called critical evaluation. I'm presuming that because I can't see the creature yet, I can't use it.
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so before I do Primeval Awareness,
Mhm.
I do have a skill called Whiff of the Beyond
Mhm.
that I automatically know when an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead has been near where I am in the last... has been within 30 feet of where I am in the last 24 hours.
Is that a yes or a no thing?
Though not which type of creature triggered this invocation. I
So,
get an
yes.
expertise dice.
Yes, you're riding on the back of one.
True. Okay. Then, as an action, I am going to do Primeval Awareness to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elemental, fey, fiends, or undead are present within me of 1 mile.
And the answer again will be yes.
But it will tell me which.
Which?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so aberration, dragon.
Seers is considered Fey, if that helps.
Fey as well, yes.
Is it any more than my usual... Like, is it any more than, say, Calcrix, Cetus, the usual sort of triggers for it? I mean, I'd trigger Elemental, wouldn't I?
If that's the case, so would Cetus.
Yeah.
You're not getting elemental.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm getting
So
dragon.
what are the things you get fully?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey, fiends, and undead.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're getting aberration and dragon.
And fey. Is it any more than usual? Like, I've done this around Cetus and
And how far does it reach out?
a mile.
Nothing extra.
So it is. So there's no extra aberration, celestial, dragon, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Mm.
Interesting. Alright, well, that's my action. Otherwise, I'm just staying attached to.
Is Calcrix in range of that?
In range of...
Yeah, she sets off.
She's
my
within
dragon.
1 mile
She sets off my dragon.
of the
Oh.
of
But
the
I have a general sense of the party always,
Right.
so I'm always looking when I cast that for extra.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you always detect one dragon, but Calcrix isn't currently in range, and you still detect a dragon,
Then I would know that.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's not that. I can put together that if Calcrix isn't around and I sense a dragon, then there's a dragon around.
Okay.
And I know you read as aberration.
And Fey.
I'm fairly sure I just spelled that wrong, but don't care. But that tells me that the ship doesn't have any of those things on it. The tentacle doesn't radiate anything.
He does not.
Well, we know it's not mind flayers.
That's a plus.
It's always a
I
plus.
think a kraken is a kraken monstrous. Is a kraken aberration?
You don't know. You
No,
can't
you
look it
don't.
up.
I think they're considered monsters, or... No, that's not...
See, this is also considered a monster.
Yes,
I mean, I have advantage against monsters.
Has everyone gone yet? Or-
No, I was just trying to see what happens next. Did Courage want to jump in at that point?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt somebody's turn, so I was just waiting for an
Well,
opportunity
When
to
you
ask.
delay, Hildred has finished her turn. Would you like to do your turn?
Well, my turn would be I want to try to get closer to this dragon because everything that I've got that might help me requires me to either see or somehow interact. So, in order to investigate further, I'm thinking I'll use my action as movement.
Mm-hmm.
Are you moving the boat or are you flying?
I'm pretty sure I will have to fly. Do I have an idea, or would I just fly into this fog?
You would assume so. Or fly above it where we will be able to see potentially the source.
I'll give myself that option first.
Okay.
For
It's
as much
so
as my
since I've had
action
words.
allows. So if it lets me have 2 movement, then I'll take that.
You fly
Anchor
up
on.
above the fog. You can see it spreading out across the ocean around you.
Okay.
No longer delayed.
Yep. Thank you.
Monstrosity, that's the word I was trying to remember.
I have special things against monstrosities. Because shapeshifters can also be... Like, shapeshifters tend to be fiends or monstrosities. Or fae. So did Calcrix see anything other than the fog?
She spent her turn climbing out of the fog.
Alright.
And ended her turn as she left the fog.
Yep.
Well, can I see the Kraken?
Well, it is not your turn yet.
Okay.
As Hildren gets to make a fear check.
I have advantage against that.
I can also help people with fear through one of my essences.
Do you need to be able to see them?
Am I part of, like, am I part of the same encounter?
This is part of your primeval awareness suddenly detecting something. Because it came within range.
So few would be wisdom?
I do have Draconic Essence Brave. I can expend an exertion point to avoid the effects of fear. I can extend this to allies within my reach. I presume Hildren's not within my
No,
reach.
she's underwater away from you, and
Yep.
you're flown up.
Yep. No, I was just double checking because it was if it worked, it worked.
You only had to reach about 80 feet to get above the cloud.
Yeah. All right, can't help. Just thought I'd check though.
Wisdom save?
Fear, I will go with wisdom, yes.
Yes. The 29.
29, okay. Where is its DC? Would you say 29?
29.
It actually says charisma. I was surprised. How much different would your charisma be?
Massively.
Then it should have been charisma.
Becomes a 12.
Drop 6. So it would be 23.
Okay. Okay, so you get a sense of overwhelming terror striking at you through your primeval awareness to the point where everything else is becoming secondary, but you don't feel the need to flee.
Okay.
That'll be the show.
Though you're not sure you'll be able to turn your primeval awareness on for a little while, as you've just picked up something extremely powerful on its end.
I send telepathic. Oh shit, there is something that is...
Technically, it's not your turn.
Okay, yep.
It happened on its turn.
If we look down, are we going to see like a giant snapping turtle's mouth coming up at us?
Calcrix gets to have a perception roll.
So my primeval awareness has just gone, scream, shut down.
Mm-hmm. Which is the fact that you've made the saving throw, you shut it down.
Okay, 18.
I actually rolled a lot better than I thought I was going to.
You got one over the target number for that one.
Yay for advantage! I'm glad I found that thing as I was scrolling through my stuff.
That's why I specifically said what it was.
35.
35. Okay. As you get above the clouds, the fog cloud, you see a dark shape moving underneath it. It's about 4 times your width.
I'm currently
Flying.
large.
Flying through the air, yeah.
Okay.
Which makes it larger than Gargantuan.
I still feel like my next move should be to size up the gargantuan. just
turtle.
just to
Dragon
level the
turtles
odds,
can't fly.
But,
Oh, it's flying? It's flying in the fog.
yeah. So if it's flying within the fog, and I've only had to go roughly 80 feet up, even though it's 4 times large, so that's huge, gargantuan, colossal, and then
Wingspan is massive.
plus another one.
Is it Titanic?
Yeah, it's still within the fog though.
Mm-hmm. The fog seems to condense around it.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, well, Ariadne's thinking, my primeval awareness before it shut down didn't tell me what was being radiated.
Nope.
Just
Just-
overwhelming terror.
Just thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had failed to do so, you probably would have found out what it was, but probably would have been going.
Scary
Yes.
thing.
Sometimes knowledge is bad. Then it jumps to Trellin.
I was gonna say, is it fine?
So, can I do instant step, which is 500 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and land on the Kraken?
Land on what you can't see. Can you teleport to something you can't see?
Oh,
I understand.
no.
I also don't know if it's a good idea to
Instant
leave
step.
Dimitri and Merc NPC
No,
on the
well,
boat.
You still have the broom, I believe, which gives you quick flight without having to roll something out.
Yeah. that's
okay,
true.
yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
You want to jump on that and fly towards the boat?
Yep.
Or do you want to fly above the cloud?
Well, given the
Dragons already
Cow
done
Creeks, no.
that. All good. Okay, so how good is your character's survival?
Let's have a look.
I think it's probably safe to say that we've lost our shit.
Well,
I
no,
don't know. Dimitri's still on there.
my pets are still on there.
Mine's not.
Merc is still on there.
Mm.
I mean, Lufter doesn't particularly like, neither Lepter or Lufter like swimming.
17.
Okay, so
Off of a free.
you believe you kept your path true, even though you've got absolutely no sense of direction after about 10 feet from the boat,
Okay.
and you're moving through the fog.
By any chance was Merc's death coin dated for today?
Not yet, but hey, most people don't have a state funeral on the day they die.
I mean, I'll know if something happens because I will sense the disappearance of my companions.
Really?
Yes.
Good.
But we've currently got 2 NPCs and some pets on the ship.
Okay, so while you guys are underwater, thinking of what you want to do next, the whole underside of the ship lights up from below. Something in the darkness is generating immense light.
Christmas lights. Oh.
So something below us is lighting up the bottom of the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't think we're getting a choice to ignore the thing holding on to the ship.
The
Don't-
Kraken.
I think you're going to
Go
have to be.
down there.
I think you're going to be confronting your sea monster future.
Sean, the player, has fear of deep water.
I don't think we need to. I don't think it matters if it's deep. I think it's coming to
Ariadne,
us.
the player, has fear of deep water too.
Cetus has a feeling it's coming from probably more than 200-300 feet below the surface and lighting up here. Doesn't feel like a spell.
Yeah, considering, pretty sure daylight doesn't go that far through water. This probably means it's pretty bright.
You have a sense of renewed vigor.
Interesting.
We're gonna get down there and just find out it's Drusilla messing with us again.
And if we have Dimitri, he can jump in at this point. If not, we will move on. Yeah, back to Cetus.
Oh no, Calcrick's delayed.
So is the thing that's trying to...
Seems to be where the tentacle goes down to is where the light's coming from.
But the thing that I'm being drawn towards, is that on the ship, the island, or below us?
Hard to tell. Would you like to concentrate on it?
No.
Concentrate.
In which case, you're not sure.
I'm trying to avoid getting everybody's minds melted because we're all currently
Yeah, but
linked.
concentrating on a feeling isn't going to be like what I did with Primeval Awareness.
It was also feeling close to a compulsion.
Ooh, yeah.
Player knowledge, I know that there's something big above us, and that there's something probably even bigger below us.
It's up to you. I'm hanging on for the ride at the moment.
Cetus's tentacles are getting longer.
Can
I do a free action to speak to him?
I feel
Not
like
yet.
if Merc was with us...
Crying is a
we
free
would
action
be in
and I'm
trouble.
going to use it. I'll swim down towards the light.
Don't go towards the light. It's
How deep?
probably a
Like, it's going to
trap.
happen eventually.
How deep would you like to go?
If I dash, we can go 100 feet down. I can't double dash. I don't think no matter what I do, I can't double dash. I'll just dash to go 100 feet.
Okay, so you make it down 100 feet with Hildren in tow.
Yeah, I'm not letting go. I mean, I'm terrified, but I'm not letting go right now.
It's okay, it's just both of our melee fighters and tanks being drawn towards some giant sea monster whilst everybody else is getting attacked by a giant Danic dragon.
Yep.
I don't know about attack.
It doesn't seem friendly so far.
Calrick's made friends with the Shadow Lord.
Oh, isn't the Shining One your brother?
Yep, that's it.
I mean, we've split the party already. We're now in 4 different places.
So when you get
Fair
down
point.
when you get down that far, you realize that the light is coming from a immense eye. About, probably say the eye itself is about 20 feet in diameter.
No, I'm thinking about if the eye is 20 feet, how big is the body?
Depends on the creature. There are things that are mostly eyes.
I don't think we have a guitar, so we don't need to worry about that one. And also, guitar died really easily.
And I'm sure that this would be a great chance for you to make a check to see if you can recognize the creature.
Nature check.
Yeah, what kind of check is this?
Nature won't tell you very much, unfortunately. Because things like this don't grow in nature.
Hydromancy check.
Monster Hunter check?
Monster Hunter check would definitely do it.
Means whatever I'm adding to this, I have advantage at least. If you want to get the advantage, it's not an actual
Well, it
check.
would have to be wisdom or intelligence.
I'm better with one of those than I am with the other.
Well,
It's not the one you
wisdom
think it
is
is.
innate sense and intelligence is knowledge.
I have higher intelligence than I have wisdom.
So, like, Dimitri is high intelligence, low wisdom. I'm low intelligence, high wisdom.
Yeah.
Which is why we clash.
No, that's not unique to you.
I was trying to give a mechanic reason.
So, what am I adding to this? Whatever it is, it's probably not enough.
I'm happy for you to add wisdom or intelligence.
11.
11. Okay, so don't worry.
Was 11 your total roll?
Yes.
I'm sure it's just a fish of unusual size.
An FOUS.
I've seen the Sinbad movie. I know where this is going.
I don't remember the Sinbad movie. I have no idea where this is going.
They find 2 giant islands that just turn out to be 2 giant fish.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling that the giant islands, you know, the Tarask, that's the island in the middle of the lake next to Darrakan. It's like this legendary creature. That's the size of an island and all of the rest beneath it. I have a feeling that this is a very similar situation.
Okay, so it is Hildren's turn.
Okay.
Hildren's been whispering dragon turtle at me this whole time.
Well, there you go.
So I have training in monstrous threat identification. I have monstrous is my favored enemy, studied adversary, monstrosity or fiend. Can I combine that? So that gives me a +2 and a advantage on survival tracks. No. So can I get that, which gives me a +2 rolling on insight to try and figure out what this is?
I would probably go with some. I don't think insight would be this is bad, whereas I think it would be more either occult or arcana being a better check.
Nature wouldn't give me much, which is much better for me to actually roll.
Nature's not going to give you anything on this one.
Aerokinesis, I don't have access to occult, do I?
Everyone does. It's just that most people don't train out.
A cold?
Yep, it's the whole thing of what warlocks and bards double in.
Oh.
Because they don't learn power like everyone else.
I'm no longer a warlock.
They steal it.
What stat would I be able to use for occult?
Any. Technically,
Okay.
it's whatever is appropriate if
So-
you can justify it, and that determines your results.
Occult or arcana, it doesn't matter because it's wisdom, so let's go occult. I don't have proficiency, so it's a +8 because of my stone of good luck. And I might use my extra d4 that I get to roll a roll of any choice.
Very happy kitty running to the kitchen thinking there's food.
I want to do a cult with strength. I just flex my muscles really hard.
Or I try to seduce it with my knowledge. What'd you get?
Nat 20. Thank you, Essek.
That's a fine. That's your fish.
So do I get my +2 for monstrosity?
Sure.
So, nat 20 +5, so 25 +7 is 32.
Okay, so
Oh, hang on. +1 more, so 33.
looking at it, it is definitely a kraken. Not only is it a kraken, it's one of the kraken titans. And from what you see, you're sure that this one is actually known as the Lady Below, and is one of the warlock sponsors.
So, what everybody hears through telepathic bond is this PG? Is D&D supposed to be PG?
PG-ish.
I'm
You basically hear, oh shit, it's a Kraken Titan, it's the Lady Below.
See, this is how I'm.
So is that would be an full action?
And from Cetus's perspective, that's probably where your squid-like power comes from.
Why do I get the feeling we're getting closer to where Cetus is going to be leaving?
Because we know the plan.
The plan was for him to become a dragon.
Okay, so I believe Calfrix will be delaying again.
Does
more
Lady
concerned about
Below
what-
trigger any knowledge in any of the others?
It would be more a history, legend sort of check for people at that point, which would be great for Merc.
Yeah.
I'm sure Merc will pipe up with something completely useful to you all about how these tales of the Lady Below has impact in society, and then stops at that point because that's the end of his pre-action.
So I've left behind Merc
And
driving
Dimitri.
the bus.
You've left the two NPCs on the boat by themselves.
Yeah.
I'm also still very concerned by what is the Titanic thing above the water right now.
I mean, we're facing a Titan Kraken, who is the
And-
source of warlock power.
And probably also a Titanic dragon.
Is the Lady Below? You hear over the telepathic bond, oh shit, it's a Titan Kraken, it's the Lady Below.
Caracrix says, "Hello, I know one of your followers. So I am familiar with the great lady and her respected works."
Except she's not in mental contact with you.
Oh, okay, well, you know,
You just hear terror from Hildren.
Caracrix is not terrified. She is respectfully wary.
I'm looking in the eye of this thing.
Considering that the Kraken is from the Lady Below, do I have any knowledge about any possible ties between the Lady Below and dragons? Because there seems to be a dragon flying above.
That's clearly the laddie above.
Sorry?
You got the lady below and the laddie above.
Yes, yeah, well. It's a
I
respectable pun.
And I'm just going along in the middle.
Yes.
I can give Calcrix a cultural check to see what she might know of any dragon connections.
Maybe it's you in the future and it's the Sky Empress.
Well, 19's a good start, but I have to
Oh,
quickly check.
Empress of Disguise.
yeah. I'm gonna say maybe it's like the Sky Lord or something like that.
I think the fact that it's the source of your squid power gives us a little bit of advantage in facing the Lady Below.
Probably also means that we probably shouldn't get any closer.
I mean, you're in charge of that. I'm sticking with you, but
I'm guessing at this
no,
point I
did
have
get
no
the
more
D4.
control over it.
So that gives me 19 plus 3.
I mean, as scary as that is, I rolled good at a occult check
25.
for a skill I'm not trained in.
25.
Because even with a 19, I only get a plus 3 plus a d4.
Okay.
Again.
And
Boat. Tentacle. It's big.
normally you would expect a water dragon to have connections with beings in the depths, and most dragons don't. Well, very few dragons would take on a warlock ability. They're normally sorcerer or wizard, because previously you were sorcerer.
I
Yes.
thought I
And
used to be
Previously
a
you were
warlock
sorcerer.
at one
Used to be a sorcerer.
And water doesn't really connect with the whole fire heat thing.
And you do remember amongst the dragons when you were talking to them that the those seeking to bring Tiamat into the world were looking at breaking down most of the bonds of the other dragons so that they can't. They're too busy to stop them.
So when you say the bonds of the other dragons,
A bunch of the dragons that follow the Great One, keeping the things like the giants in line and trying to keep calm in the world.
right? So
And that's now gone.
so because that's gone, that means that. Does that mean it is more likely that this dragon, likely a water dragon, has tied with the lady below?
if this dragon has tied with the lady below, then he's most likely helping to bring about Tiamat back into the world.
Right. From where am I in position in terms of initiative and?
You're up. That was
I'm
the
up.
reason
Okay,
why
cool.
you had a check.
So I can see the silhouette of this dragon in the fog cloud. Am I now within 120 feet of it?
Yes.
I will try converse with dragon.
Okay.
This dragon should be somewhere on second. Ah, no, it's first level. I attempt telepathy. The dragon can choose to make a charisma saving throw to prevent telepathic contact.
It does not choose to make a saving throw.
Calcric says, greetings, fellow friend in Draconic, and I introduce myself as Calcrix, the white dragon with the jazz wings, but I also include in my titles,
Empress of the Skies.
I will also say that I'm not going to say I'm the daughter of Tiamat, because that's not knowledge I definitely want. But I will also say that in my knowledge quest, I have taken on an interest in Tiamat and in preserving her, not treasures necessarily, but how I'm trying to return certain things to her. I'm sure there's a nicer diplomatic way of phrasing that, but returning anything that is
Returning what is hers.
Returning what is hers to her, not to her necessarily, but to her temple. Honouring, that's the word. In honouring Tiamat, I have undertaken the quest to return lost items from her temple.
Okay.
And have been graced by Tiamat with this, approval of this.
Okay, so I will say that is your turn, and then it will be their turn because they went right after you.
Okay.
You see a what you can only put at as a titanic red dragon come out of the fog.
Oh, well, there you go. Not water dragon.
Rising up out of it, he only slightly bigger than a gargantuan dragon, but does have a armor on top of him.
Yep.
A fully armored dragon, and on that armor you see what appears to be quite a lot of kobolds with bows and other sorts of weapons on them.
I am not one to enter into... No, it's the Shining One who's never lost a battle, not necessarily the kobolds. Is that correct?
Kobolds
That is
lose.
correct.
It's the Shining One and his...
Yep.
Just because someone has a reputation of never losing a battle doesn't mean they've ever
haven't.
lost a battle. It means that whoever beat them hasn't been around long enough to tell anyone.
So as they come into view, they...
It sort of turns to look at you and announces himself as Aragnak.
A-R-A...
G-N-A-K.
A-K? Aragnak?
I got the spelling from them.
Or
Sorry, I
Aragnak.
celebrate every now and again when that happens.
It's really cool. That's a G, like that, and that.
and uses the title Servant of the Shining One.
Welcome, brother. Or possibly nephew.
This isn't even the Shining One, this is just his servant.
Remember Hildren's boogeyman? Before he became a god.
Well, a servant of the Shining One would not be the Shining One.
No, but I mean, welcome brother is in like sister brother, sisterhood, brotherhood, fellow draconic being, that kind of welcome brother.
Which would bring us to Trellon.
So,
You want to continue in the direction you believe the ship to be?
yes.
You're the only one
At
heading in
full
that
speed.
direction.
Yes.
Only takes you a few moments after moving forwards, you come across the back of the ship you're looking for.
Take
Okay.
focus on
You
the
were
course.
perfectly on target.
No worries. Thank you.
Luckily, you weren't distracted while moving through the fog.
Okay. So I'll hop off the broom of flying and stab the flame tongue and the moon blade repeatedly 4 times.
Okay,
Into the ship?
Yep.
You hear a sound of it striking some sort of wood. You're not familiar with the sort of wood it's made from.
Well, it's a flame tongue, so yeah, it'll burn.
Okay, give me damage because you won't have to roll to hit.
Unless the wood's treated to not be flammable.
You don't have your moonblade at the moment.
Yeah, unless.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have the moonblade at the
No,
moment.
no,
gave it
you
to
don't.
Hazel.
You lent it to
Drazzle.
Drazzle. Just like I lent my. So 5 Drazzles turned up a little while back and asked each of us to borrow items from each of us. I was asked of my Shield of Bahamut. You were asked of your Moonblade.
I remember this because I was impressed by Drazzle dual-wielding moonblades.
Yeah, so he also got a Moonblade off Monday Group. And
Okay, so in my offhand, I will have a short blade. Oh no,
You gave that
Gave
one
you
away.
short sword darkness away.
yep.
But you threw it your flaming blade.
Two-handed.
yeah, 2-handed. So yeah, 3 attacks, and let's roll damage.
I mean, do you have to roll to hit, or is it just
No.
straight up?
You can't crit it.
And you're not going to miss it.
Unless he has a siege weapon. Siege weapon has a chance of critting.
It was more missing. But I guess if he's standing on it,
Nice. So 35 damage plus 6 damage from the flames.
so piercing and flame.
Yep. Nice. And 37 plus 10.
That's 2. Are you hitting it again?
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting that when I did the level up transition.
A monk gets an extra attack.
Yeah. So that's not as good. 30 damage plus 6.
Well, the boat's not flesh. That's a plus.
You see singe marks from where you struck it. But it doesn't seem to catch a light.
Oh, okay.
And you do see rents in it where you strike it.
Okay.
We probably also don't want to be burning down the ship just yet.
It does have a giant in it. That we are trying to save?
Well, you're being...
Asked.
you're taken on a quest to save it.
Whether we decide to or not is another.
Okay. As you're down below looking at this great eye, you see a second one open next to it. Confirming, yes, it is a kraken, because they have forward-facing eyes, not side eyes.
That's true.
as they are designed more like the Lord of the Rings monster creature, where it has a...
Well, it's a predator, not a prey.
That is the picture it shows of the Kraken.
I would also be very concerned if it was a prey.
Yeah, well, predator eyes tend to be forward, prey eyes tend to be... Which is part of the reason why goats can see 340 degrees. Because they're crazy.
There's also all those people pointing out the Tarrasca's spines on its back, which means it's the prey to something.
Oh, the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because the whole Titan thing is like the Godzilla thing. Godzilla has spines across his back for protection because he fights Titans.
We have 2 Titan things. Let's not fight. One's basically a goddess.
Well,
So the Kraken.
one is essentially
Is
a god,
the-
and the other is the servant of a god.
Okay, so she seems to be staring directly at Cetus.
Am I able to move away from it?
You're on your turn.
So
But
she's
she
just
has
looking.
magic.
So
Mhm.
Tron's gone. So that means we're up to the Lady of the Deep.
Lady below.
The Lady Below. Sorry.
Okay, so...
I couldn't have been the Lady of the Lake. Slightly less deep water.
I mean, things are making me feel more and more like I want my warlock. But it does depend.
Strange women's
mean, you
body
want
of
your
order
warlock?
distributing sword
Yeah.
is no form of government.
Some,
It's Monty Python. That's
Yeah.
probably great.
I was
Yeah.
trying to remember the following. If someone been with a scimitar, with a damp scimitar, threw a damp scimitar at me. I can't remember the exact quote, but yes, my head is continuing the scene.
I can't remember.
I watched it when I was free.
Oh, I've watched it repeatedly.
I watched it before either of you were born.
Yes.
Oh, you have stuck away there. I had at least briefly.
Would you like a summary of what's happening?
Just when we have to fight face 2 Titans, Dimitri, of course, disappears.
Can I give the summary?
Sure.
So we have Cetus and I staring into the 2 shining 20-foot diameter eyes of the lady below. Calcrix talking to a titanic red dragon known
He's
as
wearing armor.
Aragnak, who is servant of the Shining One, who is wearing armor and carrying kobolds. And Trellin has landed on the deck of the Moorcroft and stabbed it with flame tongue a few times.
The ship.
So
Die,
it
ship,
might burn
die.
down before we get to go into it.
You and Merc are left on the boat with the companions.
You are probably in the safest position right now.
You did get in your head this, oh shit, it's a Titanic Kraken, it's the lady below, from Ildren, who rolled exceedingly well on her occult check.
And also really well on the not getting everybody killed with psychic damage
Yeah,
roll.
this is after she did her primeval awareness, nothing came up, then, oh my god, terror, shut down of primeval awareness. And if I hadn't rolled well enough to shut it down, I would be insane right now.
And probably everybody else.
Have you found the king?
No!
No,
You found
as
worse.
I said, Trellin's stabbed the boat that the Storm King might be on with his flame tongue, so it might burn before we get to do that.
We were distracted by the tentacle that was holding on to the Moorcroft that was as big, if not big. The end of the tentacle was as big as the ship.
The alternate version of that is that Trellin's landed on the bait and is about to be consumed by the Kraken.
The ship is a mimic.
And I've got the broom of flying just out of reach.
Yep. So,
Because if you die, you at least want the broom of flying to...
Whoa.
Take it down with
Make
you.
my escape.
so you have
I'm
Merc,
just teasing.
the animals who don't want to go in the water, and a boat, and you've had telepathic scream from Hildren.
Okay.
Okay, so as we continue with the lady below looking at Cetus and asking its spawn why it is here.
Well,
Which
what-
I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about as it is staring at you as we move on to Dimitri, who now gets to go.
So, how far away is the ship from the walk-off, or from the Cetus and Hilton?
You believe the Moorcroft is about maybe 100 to 200 feet in a general direction in front of you?
You're
Can
still
I-
in the
Okay,
fog.
because we're still trapped in the scalding cloud at the moment, are
That
we?
is correct.
Can I send out a homing beacon?
Yes, you can say, "Here I am," like Marco Polo in the darkness, but
Yes.
because it's not coming verbally, it could be coming from anywhere.
Okay.
So no.
And
But you can try.
And
Calcrix is flying above the fog. Trellan's
Okay,
on the
right.
ship. Cetus and I are about 150 feet down.
and Celtic has got a friend up there above the fog as well.
A friend with friends.
Yes.
So, Aragnak, the servant of the Shining One. We now have an explanation for the fieriness of the island. Oh, we also, well, I don't know if Calcrix would have shared it, but player-wise, we know that there is a fair few dragons traveling around the world trying to break the bonds of other dragons in order to make it easier for them to reincarnate, summon Tiamat.
Bring Tiamat back into the world.
Yeah.
Because that will basically screw up the Great One's followers.
The question is the Shining One part of this?
Followers of a god don't have to do things in the best interest of the god.
True.
Because gods don't look at every action of every follower.
But then the question is, do they know that, like, why would they? Yeah, no, we'll find this out. My brain is spiraling with questions, but none of those can be answered right now. I am currently staring into two giant eyes of the lady below, and did I hear it ask Cetus?
Yep. It vibrated through the water.
Asking and wondering and marveling over the idea that Cetus, that Cetus is the spawn of the lady below. She feels slightly more secure in the fact that she's with Cetus at this moment, but not much.
So I might also add, and she asks, "Is this your sacrifice?"
Oh, great! Yep.
What?
Well, he has a sacrifice with him.
Okay, he brought along a gift.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
brought along the sovereign.
Maybe this is where I get the bonuses to my ability checks.
I mean, the Destiny thing was sacrificing yourself for somebody else, right?
I wasn't allowed to sacrifice myself.
Ah.
But
I
you're
have to
a
sacrifice
barbarian.
I'm
freedom.
sacrificing you.
We may find Hildren may suddenly figure out that she has divine revival.
And so, what would Dimitri like to do, having heard all these fun games and happiness?
Well, obviously, as a player, still trying to catch up as to where we are, what kind of options are there. So, Cetus and Hildren, did they reach the boat before they met the...
We swam under it. There was no way into the boat from where we were. And then giant tentacle, and that was drawing a presence that was drawing Cetus down, and the oh god shut down primeval awareness moments for Hildren.
And Trellan jumped onto the boat, or the
Yeah,
mystic step or whatever type
I
stuff?
used the broom of flying.
Oh, okay, flew across. Okay, yep.
And
Because that's the simple, doesn't have to worry about what happens when he gets there.
and
Yeah, no, that's cool. How about that?
Calcrix flew up 80 feet up.
Yep.
Yeah, but obviously,
crushed it
the main question I had was, okay, so is the deck of the Moorcroft, like the idea of Trellan stabbing it with the flaming tongue, so I'm thinking, does the Moorcroft have an open deck, or is it actually fully enclosed as if it was submariner capability?
You could see a deck on top of it through the spyglass before the fog
Yep.
came in. There were people on top, but
Taking
Whether-
shelter and things like that. Yep.
whether it can have go underwater or not, it does remind you of some of the
need to get some of
Alphakian
these
style
guys.
airships that can fly outside of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
atmosphere. So there's no reason why this can't go underwater and still have a atmosphere around it.
Yeah, sorry. It's got an above deck, but it doesn't need, like I say, if it goes under, people boats go on top deck apparently. Is our boat affected by the scorching wind at all? Scorching fog?
It is not, but yours is not on the surface of the water either. So you're about 20 to 30 feet up.
Okay, so we took off to get above the fog, did we?
You hadn't reached the water level when the fog came through.
Oh, okay. I thought the idea that we were touching down a
No.
mile or so away and sailing in, but okay. The
Did I believe?
You were talking about doing it when the fog came rolling through.
We could have jumped from 20, 30 feet, no stress.
yeah. Oh, okay. So we
Into
worked on
water.
the idea that if the fog came through, then we
I
need
can
to worry
jump
about
20
being
feet,
not
no
seen
stress
by
anyway.
the walk off. Okay.
And you're more stealthy because you're not making sound in the water.
Yeah, that's easy. And so, how high up does the fog actually go?
The fog goes from Calcris's report, it's about 100 to 120 feet from the surface of the water.
In that case, then, yeah. While I'm still catching up, Dimitri will just keep guiding the boat towards the walk-off on the idea that we've got the cover, so, and they're probably not expecting anything to be 30, 50 feet above them necessarily. So, and that way, yeah, he's got better access to recover people from the walk-off if needed.
I will give you a survival roll to guide it. Because you currently have no frame of reference.
Yeah,
Everything around you is just white.
yeah. Survival, where am I?
Can you use robe of eyes?
No, it can't see through the fog.
No,
It
couldn't.
sees white as well. He's surrounded by a sphere of white.
And it's not magical.
It's one of the first things that we checked.
24 for survival.
Okay, so as you guide it, you see a little bit to the left a flaming sword.
Yes, that's right. That's me.
Yeah, so you're not just stabbing the boat. You're also acting.
You are doing
as,
homing beacon.
He's a lighthouse. So,
I had that in mind if someone else was going to approach the boat, that there's someone there with a flaming sword being a beacon, but it's only a beacon if someone sees it and is close enough to see it.
Yeah, I think I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
yeah, okay, so I'm happy that that's what we're doing initially. You'll be actually aiming to bring our flying boat in, so it's effectively hovering above the walk-off, because I'm assuming the walk-off is still moving quickly along the ocean.
It
Or is
is.
it being held by the tentacle, or is it being propelled by the tentacle?
It is being propelled by the tentacle because the tentacle's pulling it.
Yeah.
We have a
Okay,
reason
okay,
for why it might not be leaving the island.
The fact that the island might be a giant sea goddess.
Okay, so it is now Cetus's go. How does Cetus respond to the question?
What was the question?
Why is her spawn here, and is that a sacrifice you've brought with you?
A sacrifice?
So you are the spawn of the lady.
Offering!
I'm questioning if that was the case before I
Well,
became...
that's Hildren.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Children-
not to be sacrificed.
Hildren is the sacrifice in this question.
So the
This
answer
was
is
Sean
yes.
speaking.
That's nice.
This was Sean speaking, not Cetus.
Right.
I'm not going to be a very satisfying sacrifice,
So
player-wise.
the lady below is referring to Cetus as a spawn,
Cetus is in the
Hildren
question.
as the potential sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
She is questioning Cetus about that. Hopefully, Cetus will disavow her of this notion.
I'm more questioning now if I was always her spawn, or did I become her spawn after I got reborn?
You believe you became her spawn after you got reborn. When you got your squid powers, is when you became her spawn.
I mean, Hildren is waiting with bated breath to see what Cetus says.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to hold your breath underwater anyway, so that's literal.
I mean, yeah, she was already
She's just-
doing that bit.
She's just kind of not breathing. I don't really think.
I think there's like a
I'm
turn
holding
and
my-
looking.
Yeah, like, I'm holding my breath. She's just not breathing.
Well, technically, she can hold her breath indefinitely, but she's holding her breath.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is when she could taste goblin for so long.
Yeah. Question. We are here seeking the King of the Storm Giants. We believe he is located on the ship you are holding on to, or the ship in your possession. And no, this is not a sacrifice.
Do you have a different offering to give her, not necessarily a live sacrifice?
That will probably come later.
Okay, so Hildren sees Cetus sort of moving his head around, looking in your direction, looking in the direction of the creature below. And you're sure he's having some sort of conversation. You're just not sure what. Now it's your turn.
Okay, give me a second.
Well, he's not offering you up.
Well, I don't know that.
She doesn't know that.
Am I able to push Hildren away from me?
You can.
If you
I don't
do
know if
that,
that's a good idea.
She
Towards the ship, not towards her.
I still don't think that's a good idea.
Perhaps just move her a bit behind you. You do have.
She's on my
right?
back currently, is from my
Yeah,
understanding.
I probably would not leave her in the ocean under her own steam, considering her swim speed and vulnerability.
Does she have a swim speed?
Nope.
Then yes.
Exactly.
Are you vulnerable?
Even if you let go
whilst-
of me.
Are you vulnerable in water?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, like every other character who doesn't have a swim speed, she can't naturally swim without a check and moves at half speed at best.
I was more thinking the elemental part.
Well,
No, I'm not that vulnerable.
Yeah.
I could electrocute everybody, but I don't think that's going to be a good idea.
And probably also not the best thing to do.
No. Hildren is trusting Cetus.
You can talk at him just while he's talking at the lady below. He can't share that.
Can I delay?
You can. I'm sure that will come in handy.
I just don't think there's anything I can do right now.
Okay, Calcrix is now up.
So having been introduced to Aragnat
so
and his
is Cetus flying, like swimming up?
Nope.
We are currently about 100 feet under the water.
130, 150.
in
Yeah.
conversation with the lady.
This is why, like, letting go of me is nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm staying right by you.
I will. I will ask Aragnat if he is here with the Lady of the Deep, or if he just happens to be in the same area.
He is. He responds on his turn. He is working with the lady below, and is providing the added protection to anyone who approaches the boat. Going for dice, yes.
Is there room for me to ask a second question?
Well, a lot of talking there in combat. You'll have to wait till your next bit.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. If there's not room, I'll just wait.
Which brings us to Trellin. You want to keep attacking the boat?
Was it the... Sorry. Was
Well,
it
I want to
protecting the boat?
coordinate with Dimitri and Merc, in brackets. Where is the weakest point?
Well, but As a player, I'm not certain about. So what have you found on the boat so far?
And give me a second. What you're trying to ask, Ariadna?
Sorry, I just had another thought. We do have telepathic bond up. Is there any room in my move to warn the others that the Titanic dragon is protecting the boat? The Titanic fire dragon is guarding the boat.
As is apparently the Titanic Kraken, the lady below.
Well, yes. I don't know a lot of the details about the lady below, but I do know about the Titanic fire
He
dragon.
said he's working with the lady below.
Yes, to protect the boat.
Yeah.
And the boat is in
And the
her
boat
possession.
belongs to the lady below. Anyway,
Yeah.
is there any room in my move to
Yes, you can
pass that information on through telepathic bond to the rest of the group?
You can, yes. Then back to Trellin.
That should update Dimitri.
So I ask Dimitri what location would be the weakest point on this ship.
Okay.
Could you see on the ship?
No, there's fog.
The fog is stopping all visibility right in front of your eyes. Is that okay? Is the fog so thick that we're not seeing 5 feet?
You're seeing about 5 feet around you, and that's about it. Especially with his light reflecting back
Well,
at him.
People haven't come for me. Is that right?
Not yet.
Okay. So
It may take him a while because the fog's affecting them too.
Or the entirety
do you
of
mean
the crew.
people-
Presumably, if Dimitri was able to see the sword to actually approach, presumably the sword would be visible all over the deck of the ship.
It is, yes. It's quite a big light. Yes, Ariadna.
Does Trellin mean people aren't coming for me as in party members aren't coming to my side? Or people aren't coming for me as in members on the ship aren't confronting him now that he's landed on the ship?
Well,
the latter.
he's only been
Yes,
there.
it is.
This is his second round on the ship.
Yes, I was just clarifying who the people were.
So back to Trellin. You asked Dimitri this. Does Dimitri respond in a few
Reaction.
as a few words?
In the time that we saw the ship before it was enveloped in the fog cloud,
Mm-hmm.
what did the upper deck look like? Did it look like a normal sort of?
Think of it looking like a arrowhead at the front with a tube, a thick tube instead of a arrow thin bit behind it, and then about halfway along the length, squid-like sections coming off the side into the water, and it doesn't look as if there's any major propellant on the boat itself.
Okay. And where is Trellin arrived?
He has arrived on the very back of the boat, the bit sticking above the water just.
And
Is that where we'd seen people on the boat previously? Like it looked like that was normally part of the deck of the boat? Or
No.
is that...
Not part of the deck of the boat. This part is almost at water level, and Ariadne has another question.
No, I was just going to update Dimitri in the sense that we did get information back from Hildren and Cetus that the boat is actually being pulled along by a tentacle, which is attached to the Lady of the Deep.
Yeah, that's I was just trying to get in my mind the idea of imagining a boat that has like a forecastle and an aft deck and all bits and pieces like that, and that's what we look at. Or so to me, Dimitri said, no, move up the tail to where the deck actually exists. Don't try and cut your way through here. You want to get up to where people can actually stand on the deck.
From Dimitri's perspective, he's probably about 60 feet from the rear deck.
Yep. And that's what he's saying then, is move up to the rear deck.
and it doesn't have any sails.
No sails.
It looks
Cool.
like a squid.
It's being pulled along.
No worries.
the boat just a kraken that's been like transmuted into wood? Yeah.
Ah, okay. That
Okay,
kind
so
of
it's
sweet.
thinner than I thought, but yes.
Can Jeremy see that at all?
Not easily. I'm
Okay.
trying not to
Okay,
hold
no,
things up
that's-
too
See
much.
the
that's
5
You
feet.
get enough of an idea, that's okay.
Yep.
As I said, I'll tell Talon,
Yeah, so
run up the tail to get to the deck and see if you can find people on the deck or going through it. And also try and find the giant. Because hey, if the Morkoff itself is not necessarily that big or deep in the sense of the draft of the how many decks inside it might have, anything like that, I'm figuring a Storm Giant King's probably taken up a fair significant portion of it. So
If I remember,
the main deck of the ship is about 100 feet long, putting the ship at about 300 feet in length.
yeah.
And how big is a storm giant roughly?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Okay.
But it's more the idea, how many decks inside, like it's got an upper deck, but okay, there's obviously space inside for people. Do we have any idea of how deep the ship goes?
Yeah, from
We
what
saw
the others
it.
have seen, it basically drops below the water level, probably about 30 feet.
and the tentacles are very long for a ship like this.
Yeah, and that's fine. So if you're talking the internal body, okay, yes, it looks like it's potentially big enough that it could hold a storm giant inside the hold, but move up to the deck and look for a way down the hold.
So I'll join Dimitri.
Dimitri's not on the ship yet.
Dimitri's not.
I'll tell you, you asked Dimitri where the weakest point to attack was. He said, don't attack it, run up and get onto the deck.
Okay.
Okay, so you run up to get to the deck.
Yeah.
You have the ability to move up walls, don't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I will make it a acrobatics check to see how graceful you do it.
Is it spider climb or spider slippers?
What was it?
It's
Is
a
it
monk
spider
thing.
climb or
Well,
spider
it's a walking rock ability
Oh.
to climb
That's good.
45 feet.
That's pretty good.
27.
Okay, so with a 27, you manage to get yourself up onto the deck and slide between two robed figures standing at the end of the deck, who sort of look at you, and then you notice that there are 3 more before you. You're now surrounded by 5 of these figures,
That's fine.
who seem surprised that you've turned up, because they were pointing in the direction you were coming from.
Right.
They must have seen the light, and
Yes.
You've moved
Yeah.
faster.
And in their
than-
case, it wasn't the light at the end of the tunnel, it was the light of the oncoming train.
and,
Trellin!
and technically that was your move action,
That's right.
and you still have your action and bonus action. What would
So,
you like to do?
because I've only got one sword, I'll use that two-handed.
Mhm.
But being a long sword, that does 1d10. And I should have got 1d10s out of here. But due to the short notice...
Do you want some of mine?
No, it's a good... It's 35, but with a advantage or not advantage?
Advantage. They were not expecting you.
That's
they,
good.
They do seem
So that's a 30.
That's a 30. That will end up being a critical hit against these guys.
That's 70 damage.
70 damage. Okay, so the person you hit slices in half with his body catching a light as it hits a ballista behind him.
Right.
I'm sure you can tell Father Pat Harvey probably found a ballista for him.
Yes, I'm just a little bit more worried what the Titanic Fire Dragon is going to do now that we've sliced one of the people he's protecting in half.
That's alright. So that's 28.
28 will be a hit, not a crit.
$41.
Okay, he also goes down flaming, not as spectacularly, but he goes down.
That's, so that's 38.
That will become a crit.
And that's 0. So that's 10. Not as much, but
It does double.
yeah. So 34 times 2.
68.
68.
Yeah.
And it was another spectacular slice as that person catches a light and hits the other ballista on the on the rear castle.
Cool.
Aft castles, as it's called.
No worries.
But amusingly, the aft castle's ballistas don't fire backwards
Okay.
because the back section is too high for them to fire that way.
Right.
Interesting design.
Yes.
Which then brings
This
us...
is a cool ship.
Okay, so the ship you're on starts to shake. You get to make a dexterity saving throw as the ground becomes uneven.
Okay. So, dexterity 11. That's plus 10, 26.
Okay, so on a 26 you manage to keep your footing on the deck as it seems to drop.
Right.
As you see the water come rushing along the side of the ship, but not into
Right.
it.
Okay. Well, I could walk on water, so.
But there's no water approaching you, so nothing to walk on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dimitri, as you watch, the flaming blade seems to go underwater.
Could run along for a while, and then it's... Well, I mean, I wouldn't see water, would I? The flaming blade would go out, is that what you're saying?
No, the flaming blade seems to shine underwater, because you can still see it going. It should have gone out if it...
Down.
So down to the idea being underwater, but of course, seeing it through the water and through the fog?
Yes, it's still shining up enough of a light.
Okay.
But you can tell it's refracting through water.
It's obviously been... The status of the sword has been
Down.
changed. So,
No.
Well, didn't you say that the deck would have an atmosphere around it?
He suggested it might.
Dimitri will keep coming down like that. We'll aim to bring the boat down a bit closer in so we can actually try and get to a stage where, hey, let's see what we're actually dealing with here. So.
Okay, you can see a mast still above the water, which you're sure is some sort of viewing platform, even if no one is actually on it.
So, does it look like there's someone on it at the moment?
No.
So a jump would have been for Dimitri to jump down to the crow's nest.
That would be
Just
an
climbing
athletics
speed.
jump.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can make it. What would happen if you miss?
It's Dimitri, of course.
It'll go to the water and swim speed or climb speed back up the side of the boat. But, yeah.
Or you can smash into the deck.
Yeah, well, hey, still works for it. Yep. Okay. So you'll do a cantrip for arcane muscles just to boost himself up a bit in preparation for the jump. Oh, 18 plus where am I? Athletics. So that's now 28.
28. Okay, you make a fantastic leap onto it, and when you land on it, you recognize it as similar to the gnomish viewing platforms that people don't actually stand on, but they see from below.
Yep, okay.
So it's something that gives someone below deck to see above the water without actually having to get up there.
Actually, it's literally a periscope that's active all the time.
Yes.
Like you don't need to take it below deck or below the surface of the water, and the periscope is actually available. Yep, happy with that.
But it seems to see in all directions.
Yep. And then, so I'll take a bit of a look around just to see, okay, how far down is it, or how, like, well, okay, the fog's still there, so I can't tell exactly how far down we're going to go yet, but just get an idea of, or from the strike before, how high above this how high is the viewing platform above the deck?
Well, looking down, about less than a foot below where you landed is the water.
Okay.
And it's somewhere below that, and you can feel the ship moving at quite a good speed while it's here.
It's not sinking any further?
Doesn't seem to be sinking any further yet.
Okay.
But then again, it seems to have dropped in response to a threat.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. All good. Back to me for the moment.
Okay, so Cetus sees that the Kraken that you're talking to seems to look upwards, and then you see the boat above drop about 50 feet into the water. So yes, it is submersible.
It's been submerged. Whether it's deliberately submergible, it's a different question.
It doesn't seem to be washing people off the deck, which you would have expected. And you can see the light from the flaming sword still flickering from the deck.
Did she respond to Cetus's statements before?
Seemed to be distracted by something. Someone else may have called out to it at the time.
Maybe telepathically tell people to stop doing what they're doing?
What?
I feel like I already tried that. It was like, hey, let's not stab the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I realized I didn't say the people on the boat, but I feel like that might have been implied.
Can I have to put my turn in at some point between after the lady below and say, stop attacking?
Well, you can now, but...
No, I wanted to do it before Cetus's so that I can still get in the round if I need to.
Sure, if you put it in, you'll go just before Cetus, but that would be your turn this round.
No, it's not worth it just for me to yell something.
So Cetus. But hey, you've got one character who has successfully infiltrated the ship, and the other one who's now precariously perched on top of the mast out of the water.
Yeah, not precarious.
Are they telling us
Fine.
what they're doing?
Possibly. I'm sure from Trellan's perspective he has successfully infiltrated the ship.
Well, successfully. but with no great stealth.
And the question is, have you guys told us what's going on? Because at the moment, we don't know what's going on.
There's no reason not to be thinking that, hey, yep, if everyone's keeping track of where people are,
But
everyone's
telepathic...
passing on the information.
So, are we all passing on, in our turns, what's happening?
Yes, I
I would have assumed so.
It's just good to recognise, because sometimes we don't and sometimes we do.
Yeah.
So-
I would have...
So-
Today, if we've got telepathic bond, that's the purpose of it.
In that question, is Trellin doing a running commentary of everything he's doing?
That's the thing, because you can't just show the image.
I've
Sorry.
asked him.
I'm doing that.
Yeah. So you've got a running commentary from Trellin. Now, is Dimitri doing a running commentary of everything he's doing?
Because, in fact, Dimitri told Trellin, move up to the deck.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about killing anyone, but hey, complaint.
That's
and then he
answer.
said, yep, and then he jumped down and said, yep, okay, I'm in the crow's nest.
Okay.
So,
yes, Dimitri's giving a abridged version of what he's doing,
Just,
which is a change for Dimitri.
at this point, the only thing she sent through telepathic bond is, oh shit, Kraken, lady below.
And then it is so Cetus, yes, you do know that they have successfully killed 3 people on the ship so far. Don't worry, I'm sure they are all members of the Kraken Society.
You idiots, what are you doing? Told you that we're in the water with a Kraken, and you go ahead and kill 3 members of the Kraken Society.
We are here to help.
It's I feel like this is gonna go really badly.
So how would Cetus like to make this better or worse?
I mean, from what it seems from Dimitri's perspective, if there's a dragon up above, and effectively a water dragon, i.e. a Kraken underneath, and if the Storm King is on this boat, and they're protecting it, to protect the boat, presumably it's further indication of the dragons trying to interfere or control the giant's society and destiny.
So Dimitri has no reaction nor knowledge related to the lady below?
Probably not much, no, because he's never really dealt with the myths and legends of warlocks. Would that be correct, Jeremy?
Yeah. I mean, so I think that you described it as the giant Kraken. Or Titanic Kraken.
I've said
you named it. You named it. And okay, I mean, I'm happy Dimitri. I'd be surprised Dimitri hasn't heard of it, but I'm happy either way. But the idea being that, in a lot of ways, a Kraken is not unreasonably an aquatic dragon. So,
Except that there are aquatic dragons.
Yep.
And the amusing thing is, primeval awareness doesn't tell you it's there.
Because it doesn't detect monstrosities.
Nope.
It does not.
So, monstrous.
Is it?
Itty. So, monstrosity sounds like a frickin'...
It is a titanic monstrosity
Yeah.
that is currently underneath the boat, pulling it underwater.
So I
Yeah.
have
And I've got
Stuff
water
with-
walk.
monstrosity. I don't think you'd be able to outstrength the Kraken tentacle.
but for Trellin's not getting wet.
He's not.
There's apparently a field of some sort that means the water is not actually swamping the deck of the boat.
Cetus, what are you doing?
Sean is currently trying to make a to-scale representation of the size difference from you to this thing. This is you. This is the boat. That's the Kraken's tentacle, my arm. You're not outshrinking that thing. I also don't know where you just went. You fell off it.
Which will be what happens if the Kraken eats you.
Like that.
So you're explaining that to him in verbal words?
Not with my mouth.
But we have telepathic bond.
Well, mental words.
Are you?
And I'm moving closer.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
So are you continuing to talk to them, or are you going to try and smooth it over with the lady below?
I'm gonna delay my turn to see how she reacts to this.
Okay, so Cetus is delaying, and we're back to Hildebrand.
I mean, I'm going to delay. There's nothing I can really do.
Okay, you delay, and it's up to Calcrix.
I feel a fetus-sized one.
I was originally going to ask for help with my mission locating the storm giant and getting information in relation to the sense of I understand that storm giant is on the ship below. Is there what's the mission that's relating to that, and the Lady of the Deep and the Titanic fire dragon helping her?
Why are they protecting the boat?
All of kind of a concise version of what is your purpose, I guess, in holding the storm king giant? Is he there? Confirmation, I guess.
Okay, well, he says he's working with Ilmarith, and they are freeing the dragons from the freeing the giants from the oppression of the dragons.
So who is Elmerith?
Ilmarith, Iymrith.
IYMERGH.
Iymrith.
RITH.
So no L's.
Ilmrith.
Yes.
Oh no, not even.
I can't pronounce it.
Imeth?
Imeth, probably.
Imrith.
Bucket.
Look,
Yeah, Imrith sounds about right.
yeah.
That also sounds
Sorry,
familiar.
I got so distracted by the spelling, I forgot what you said about who Imrith was.
Imrith is, he refers to as his sister in this endeavour.
So
The
lady
lady
below.
No.
No?
Very few dragons would consider a non-dragon a sibling.
Yeah, it's probably another Titanic dragon.
Yeah.
Is there?
Well, we're
any-
not offending the Titanic dragons.
The Titanic dragon is protecting the ship that you're attacking, and the people that you're killing. Is there any response to the activities? Any indication that the dragon's aware of the attack?
He seems slightly distracted by the conversation
Okay.
and seems to be giving you attention.
But isn't going to attack anyone down there.
He's not.
Okay. I gather since I'm in turn, that's probably as much information as I can get about the storm giant at this stage.
But it says his sister has told him about you.
This is potentially good.
Okay, so on the boat itself, the two remaining people on the ship, one of them is busily working with levers and buttons,
Well,
and the other one pulls out a pair of daggers and tries to attack you.
okay, good.
Because, hey, you attack them,
Sure.
Okay, so he gets an armor class 23.
No.
He feels very good about himself and tries again.
No. Sorry. Because I've got a cloak of displacement.
Okay, that's right. There's also a percentage chance of missing, isn't there?
There's a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, so 23 would have been the lower result.
That's armor class 28.
Then his second attack. That was a critical miss, so he throws his dagger right where you're standing. Unfortunately, that's where you're displaced, and it seems to strike the guy at the controls in the back.
Oh, okay.
And he collapses on the controls, and the thing starts to spin.
Oh.
You basically feel the pressure start to build up, and suddenly everything gets flooded with water.
Well, I'll pull him off and strike him dead.
Okay, so that is your go. You don't have to worry about that because, hey, I'm sure he's a bit surprised as he's off kilter.
Yes.
And unfortunately, your flaming blade has gone out. But hey, you stab him.
Well,
The water is now oppressive everywhere.
okay.
The point is, yes, previously, despite the ship going below the level of the water, it hadn't been, the deck hadn't been flooded.
Oh.
Now the control that's been activated or deactivated by the slumping body has removed that force field that provides the cover on the deck of the ship.
So I use one attack to hit him, and then I use the second attack to hit the clumsy guy.
Okay, so the clumsy guy seems to go down very easily because, hey, he was off balance.
Right.
And the other guy, well, he'd taken a dagger to the back. He was not happy.
Yeah. So I look around, but only within 5 feet. But
Okay, as you're looking around, you can see the shining surface getting further away.
all right. Well, I can use water walk. So am I swallowing water?
If you try to, assuming you held your breath when water came in,
Yep.
then no, you're not swallowing water. You're holding your breath.
Okay, I'll just go up 60 feet. And
Okay, you reach the surface easily. As I will then ask Dimitri, do you hang on to the mask as it goes underwater?
I was not only planning on hanging on to the mast, I was planning on climbing down the mast. So but initially the point of that would have been reaching down with the arms of the rows of eyes just to see if I could see down below the water level in there, which obviously is now further down. Like the gap between the water and the deck is obviously significantly bigger now.
So Jeremy, by the time you actually have a turn, you're actually underwater as the mast is, instead of being above the boat, is sticking out sideways.
okay, so I want to use a bonus action to attach a rope, silk rope, to the mast.
Okay. You can do that, but you won't be able to be at the surface of the water if you do so.
That's fine.
So basically
I'll
the
keep
ship is
going
still
up.
on its side.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, the ship's currently on its side.
Yeah. Underwater. Yeah.
And you believe it's continuing to spin. Soon you might be actually under the ship.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Well, Dimitri's going to actually effectively climb along the mast, heading towards the deck, because, as I say, Trellin still didn't actually state whether or not he could see anything beyond the deck after running into 5 people in a ballista. So,
2 ballistas.
Well, I can only see 5 foot ahead.
yeah, no, that's right. So, I'm not saying you should have. It's just that, hey, Although possibly when the ship first went under and it didn't get submerged, then you would have been out of the fog, maybe.
And the thing
Unless
is,
the fog got trapped in as well.
when he got onto the aft castle was when he entered into combat and wasn't really looking around because he was being attacked.
I wasn't blaming Cullen. Well, sorry, Jeremy wasn't blaming Cullen. Dimitri probably thinking, what the hell? What are you telling? You go there and look and you don't look.
Okay, so yes, you start climbing up the mast, going sideways.
Well,
Yeah.
in water,
Mhm.
how does fog appear?
There's no fog under the water.
That's
But
what
there's
I'm
also no natural light coming down here right now.
Fair.
You sort of get a bit of a glow from the diffused light above.
Okay.
We really can't do anything. All we can do is talk to her.
Okay, so the lady below sort of seems to be surprised as the ship breaks free from her tentacle. It seems to be spiraling downwards. And she then sort of looks at Cetus and says, is that some of your doing?
Not directly. I know who did it, but I did not ask him to do it. Nor do I know why he did it.
Okay, so she seems to be a bit confused about the goings on right now. As we're up to Hilderin, who would like to see what you do next.
I don't even know if I can communicate with her.
Oh, being, I'll open my mind up to your telepathy.
Oh God, no.
Don't let her into the loop.
No.
I let you freely crawl through my brain structure,
Yeah, no.
leaving a mess in its wake.
Terror. I feel useless. There's not much I can do. I prompt Cetus to ask... Have I figured out... No, you've told me she's protecting. Have you told me... Have I figured out that she's protecting...
Pretty sure we announced that to the whole group.
I have also
Everybody
told
is
her-
aware that
Yeah.
the dragon and the
Can I
the
prompt
Kraken are
Cetus
protecting
to
the
ask
ship.
why she's protecting the ship? Can I give him my turn to ask a question?
Sure. And I'm sure you can ask that as a free action on Yordran's turn as your reaction. And I'm sure she can also answer as a free action on Hildren's turn as reaction, basically saying
There's nothing I can do other than facilitate conversation.
has made a pact with a bunch of dragons.
And that pact is relating to freeing the giants of the influence of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So these dragons are all working towards what Calcrix is working towards.
Yep.
And the only way they could do it was to remove the Storm King from the equation.
So what I'm hearing is that we've just attacked what would probably have been very powerful allies.
No, they're not.
I know what I'm doing on my turn when it comes up, but I'll wait my turn.
I gave my turn to Cetus and the lady below to talk.
So it is now Calcrix's turn. What will Calcrix like to do?
Calcrix says, I'm sorry. I've just realised through my telepathic bond that some of my fellow... some of my colleagues, I'm not going to call them fellow party members because that could be dangerous to me at some point. And detrimental to my current diplomatic attempts have misunderstood your purpose and what you're doing here and have attacked your ship. Has outside of the very regrettable and unfortunate deaths that have occurred, has this endangered the Storm King Giant and the goal that you have of keeping him protected and out of reach of those influences who would rather enslave the giants? Because nobody wants enslavement, right?
It does say, yes, it does impact that. Because if the storm giant is freed, he will then have a chance to re-enslave the other giants.
Is there something I can do to help make reparations or restorations or fix, for lack of a better word, the damage caused?
Just give me a moment. As he then takes a deep breath and fires something into the fog. Looks like a miniature sun. And then you basically see a light just go straight through the fog and about probably 300 feet in all directions.
This sounds very significant, not necessarily.
And moments later, the fog just dissipates. And you see a rather singed-looking merc on the flying ship. His body's just completely covered in ash.
She didn't annihilate.
I was going to say, let's not kill Merc, or at least not here.
We can't
You
kill
also
the
see
barb with the charm.
Hildurin's companions also looking a little distraught with body just looking like it's wilted.
I feel like a pet day spa relaxation day is owed to them.
Do I feel their pain, or
Like
they are
We
part
probably
of my
felt
soul?
Merc's pain. He
Yes,
got obliterated.
You do feel that pain as well. They didn't die. They just got completely. Imagine they like touched the sun. Sort of.
She's doing some more screaming across the telepathic bond.
Hopefully not at me.
Do any of us take
No,
like,
just in
psychic
general.
damage from this?
Possibly hearing.
It's only hurting your soul.
Yeah.
And everyone below the water suddenly sees this big light from above. And then it's clear and you see daylight start just shifting through the waters.
Cool.
And I think considering we're after 11 o'clock, that's a good point to finish tonight and give you a think of how you're going to deal with it next week.
And Merc can come into it going, what just happened?
I would like to flag, just in the background of my memory, that during this whole session, I was incentivized to pick up my Nemesis mobile phone, find the link you gave me to my character, and look up to see whether or not I have any access to regenerate or greater regenerate. And if there's some kind of stretch somewhere in there where I might be able to make up for the annihilation of people who are important to our quest.
So, can you summarise exactly what happened to us?
Okay, so, well, you jumped onto the boat, attacked the boat like a madman with your flaming sword because, hey, if you had gone 2 or 3 more rounds, you would have put a hole through it.
Yes.
You were close. And then you got told, no, go up to the, go forward onto the ship. So you got your way up to the way forward and then came across rogue people who you then proceeded to attack and kill quite successfully.
Yes.
And then they attacked you back, so you killed them completely. And then the ship went into a spin, you got thrown off and tied yourself to the mast.
I feel like you're missing out on the consequences, context, and
Well,
general...
can you continue that story after the sun effect?
After the sun effect, while you're tied to the mast and haven't reached the surface, you see this big bright light go across the surface and feel because you're close to the surface, quite a lot of heat come down below the water from the surface.
No worries.
And you think about maybe 5 feet of water above you just went away.
Okay.
Could you do the player's version of that? Where we're given some kind of context of...
Basically, it's like a 300-foot radius fireball went off that was made out of plasma.
I mean the more straightforward of, was the ship actually friendly and full of allies?
The ship was of a society that you could have negotiated with.
Right. And would that have been to our own advantage if we had been able to do that?
Well, we haven't actually finished the encounter yet. We still got to face the shit.
As you have someone below the water who can testify they belong to the Kraken Society, because there's a Kraken below who is connected to him in some way because he felt the connection.
Okay, so that would be Cetus.
And then there's this dragon flying above that's working with them that seems to be connected to the Dragon Society.
Right, so that would be...
Calcrix.
Anyone who's draconian, which is only me in this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright.
And all I've done is scream and almost go mad and scream in pain. For my bits of my soul being singed by a sun.
Well, they're only 150 feet, so that's only...
Swim speed, if I manage to swim, my swim speed is 20 feet.
The swim speed doesn't matter because it's only 5 foot that's been demolished.
No. My companions are up there.
Yes.
They are
In
a part of
the
my
area of
soul.
effect.
Yes.
But we're deep enough to not be...
Not her
singed.
companions.
Lepta and Falstafer are on the boat with Merc.
Above
Yes.
the
And
water.
they are literally part of my soul.
So if they
Well,
die,
yes.
it hurts her.
Okay, so that might be a good point for us to go to end credit.
Yeah.
And we'll find out next session what happens. Thanks, Sean's mum.
Thanks, Sean Smell.
Not really. He slashed them, cut them in half, not stabbed.